of the unfaithful will precede the ceremony. A new line had been tacked on, the one that made your throat dry and the words fail. The king was serious. It almost makes one wonder what has happened and who has spoken to the king. Could someone just ask? And
So as you end the scene and describe how the day starts, I am still sleeping in my bed, and you see my nose lift up, and it looks like a little snake sniffing the air with all the baked goods and stuff that's the aromas are slipping in, and you just kind of see me lift out of bed like in the cartoons by my nose, and I get drawn to my door, and I bump into the front door, and I
Boot
come
climbs
to
on your back as you're walking to the door.
and once I bump into the door, I wake out of my daze, and I look at Boots, who climbed
Hi.
up on me. I said, let's get some food.
Yes. Go that way.
And I open the door and we walk out downstairs.
Don't forget to lock the door. It was really easy to get into.
And I close the door and lock it behind me.
Azul is already downstairs eating some breakfast that she had ordered, and she was also kind enough to order food for the both of you as well. As she sees you two, she arches a brow and kind of keeps looking in the direction of you two, waiting for the rogue to come out.
Boot springs off of Barov's shoulder onto the table and proceeds to sit in the middle of the table and eat from her plate. Stopping momentarily while chewing food, like, and it was almost words.
It was an attempt. Good job.
Little one, you need to learn some manners. You are not just kobold. You need to learn this. And Azul looks very irritated, and she picks up Boot and puts her in a chair and puts a fork and spoon in her hands and points at her. Don't hide them in your cloak. Don't do it. Use
Boot, like,
them.
narrows her eyes at her.
Use them to eat with. Have manners.
Boot lifts up the plate and just scoops the food towards her by holding the fork sideways, going, and then proceeds to put the spoon and fork into her leg wraps.
Don't steal the silverware. Don't.
It's gonna be great.
I will beat you.
In this commotion,
I will bite
sit,
you.
I sit down at the
Who will
table.
adventure you? Adventure you so good, right in the foot.
What do you mean you'll adventure me in the foot?
Who will adventure you? Right in the foot.
I don't
And
think.
then in the leg.
I don't think you think. I don't think you know what that means. You're babysitting her today, right?
Is the food we have on the table? Did she get it for everybody, or
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does it consist of?
There's a porridge, a sweet roll, and some boiled fruits.
Okay. I partake in the meal.
Azul looked over at you and pointed to Boot, and she said, "You're gonna watch her today, right?"
I watched her last night. Did you not hear that commotion? That was all her.
No, actually, I didn't. I slept very well. And suddenly your spoon goes missing.
Hold on, I need to mark down a fork and 2 spoons.
Oh,
God. As I've have experience with watching Boot put silverware into her pockets, I grab her, turn her upside down, and I shake her ferociously and watch the silverware come out.
2 forks and a pair of spoons and some random bits of stuff that she found in the drawer fall out. Oh, my shinies! No, I have to pay for food with that.
Well, at least she has a concept of currency.
Boot hangs upside down in the Loxodon's arm and just kind of wraps her arms and crumps.
I put her back down in the seat and grab the silverware and start eating my stuffs.
Boot proceeds to finish her food with her fingers because she has no silverware now. Don't look at Boot that way. Boot don't have silverware.
I am going to look at you this way because your silverware is on the floor.
Boot no put there. Boot had in safe spot for safe later eating.
Pick up your silverware, clean it, and then eat with it.
Why?
Because that's what proper dragons do.
I stare at Boots. Trying to intimidate her to behave.
Does it work?
Well, I rolled a 13, so
It would go against
13. Hold on, intimidation. It's charisma. Yeah. 13. That's right.
Boot kind of looks at her toes and mage hands the fork.
you.
Proceeds to wipe it off on the Loxodon so it's clean, and then eats with the fork.
Wait, she cleaned the spoon and then ate with the fork?
No, she picked up the fork, cleaned the fork, and
then
started
okay.
Yeah.
I thought she
Picked up the spoon
cleaned the fork off, pocketed it, and then started eating with a dirty spoon.
Ah, man.
Azul smirks and she shakes her head. It looks like you two have a very special relationship, and far be it for me to prevent you from furthering this interaction. I do have things to do today that are quite busy.
I shoot a sharp look at her for saying that. This is not my child. I mumble it as I'm eating.
It is now.
It is today.
Boy, were you in the wrong spot.
I grumble.
Don't forget your leash and harness. 5-point tie harness.
I'm almost tempted to grab the rope out of my explorer's pack and tie her so that she's like on a leash.
Good luck. I took sleight of hand. Which I believe also technically is for like escaping and shit.
Yeah, well, I said I'm tempted. I wasn't actually going to do it.
It would not be the first time Boot has ended up tied up.
Funny. And as the morning kind of rolls on, you notice that the rogue hasn't shown up.
I head over to the barkeep and inquire about the rogue, if they have come down yet for the morning.
No, I do believe his name was Randall. He has not been seen since he got his room last night. Is he in his room still? Given the commotion last night, shoots glare towards Boot.
Huh?
I wouldn't blame anybody for sleeping in today.
Why they sleep in? That's dumb. There's sun thing. Bright bulbs thing in the sky is up. That means when big candle come up, you're supposed to get
Candle.
Technically, yes, but some people aren't like that.
Okay, Boot will go help. They are stupid and don't know. And Boot goes to run off to go start knocking loudly on doors.
I follow behind Boot, but
Boot uses minor illusion. to make super loud boot voice. Actually, no, she'll make it in the bartender's voice. Wake up! Making sky is up. Wake up, wake up. Flew out. You up now?
So, like,
Yeah.
everybody hears that in his voice, and he's just staring with his mouth agape, like, what the hell? Like, he doesn't know what to do. He's never had this problem before.
I laugh
I
at
don't
this
think
and I look at the barkeep. How do you like it? And I storm off after Boot.
And as you storm off after Boot, somebody enters into the city. And the city to them seemed slow, but so did they. Your legs were tired from traveling as you had walked through the night, uh, catching up and following people, or catching up to and following people into the large city. You could see it before you could hear it, and what you heard was rather unsettling. Your eyes snapped to the messenger, a youth on top of a soapbox in front of an inn. An inn! What luck! Even luckier, a burly man had walked out and switched some signage around. They were currently open, and the strong smells of sweet fruits and porridge tantalized and tempted your stomach. As you come into the bar, you see something. A big someone with large tusks. An elephant that was also part man.
Oh God.
What a harrowing tale this one must have. And his company, a small, loud dragon thing and a very pretty blue scaled dragon thing.
Put Boo down! No hold! No hold! Boo was good!
Normal was not how you would go about describing this group at all. Though there
Ray is
seemed
like
to
super
be
excited.
though there seemed to be unrest amongst them as they are starting to realize that the rogue is gone. So enter in your character. What do? You see all of this start to go down.
She stares wide-eyed mostly at the elephant, guys, and she's from a small village. She's never seen somebody so big. But she's like just staring in wonderment, like as she did.
As I'm struggling with Boot in the corner of my eye, I notice this tiny little creature staring at me, but I don't give it much thought because my hands are full of Boot.
I'd imagine that'd be a handful. Like she has the anime sparkly eyes of wonderment. Like she's super excited about this. She's she's just like, oh my god, this exists.
This is a thing.
This person is a thing.
Boot tries desperately to bite your hand, but really is not very particularly effective at it. Just ends up kind of like
Slobbering all over your hand.
I just kind of stare and I'm just like in disbelief. I was like, the hell did I get myself into? Oh man.
By the way, Azul, she's a dragonborn? Or
Maybe.
okay. So not
She's
supposed to know.
Yep. As far as you know, she's a blue scaled thing.
Blue scaled thing. Sorry, it's just again, she's just from a little halfling village, so she's just gonna be like in wonderment at all the things that are different.
Yep, and she's definitely different, and she's very pretty. Like there's something unearthly pretty about her. And she is sitting alone, looking a little distraught as she's eating her porridge, and the one of the bowls around her is completely untouched, while one of them looks like they got pushed onto the floor with bits of food particulate stuck to it, and the other one is only half eaten, but remains to be in place, or remains in place. So you could only assume that the people that were up and walking around, the giant elephant man and the other small dragony thing, were her company. So if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to come up and talk to her.
Yeah, so because the elephant dude is busy, and even though that's like her main focus. She sees Azul and she's like, this person is also gorgeous and different and interesting.
I
And so she's gonna tentatively walk up to her and avoid all the mess that is around.
you know how when you put someone in a headlock, how you hold them? I do that, but with like all of Boot's body, and I'm trying to pin Boot between my bicep and my chest and my forearm.
Boot wriggles ferociously, but really ineffectually, and eventually just calms down and just like is looking around. If somebody walks near, I'm like, hi, hi, hi. Your mustache is the dumb. It looks like the caterpillar ate
Your mustache is the dumb. You sound like that one alien from Home. If you've ever seen that movie.
It's been a long time.
It has been a really long time since I've seen that movie.
Yeah.
It was really good, though. I remember that much. Like, I
Yeah,
was
I enjoyed
surprised
it
at how
too.
good it was.
It's on Netflix, I think. They haven't
It
taken
used
it
to be.
off.
I don't know if it still is.
I know
Yeah,
they
I know
did
it
like the
used to be.
TV show version of Home.
Yeah, no, I didn't go that far.
I didn't go that far either.
Neither did I.
So, uh, Arini is making her way to the table. Is that?
Yeah,
Yep.
to
Okay.
Azul.
Okay.
Azul spies on, or sees you out of the corner of her eye, and she raises an eyebrow, and she's like, "Yes, how may I help you?"
So Irini's like starstruck a little bit, just like she has like the glittery eyes of like, you look so different and so pretty.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
I've never.
So,
Oh, sorry.
oh no, what were you going to say?
I've never seen somebody like you before.
Well, I guess that answers my question of where you're from. Not around here would be the answer.
She shakes her head like, really hard, like, don't.
Well,
So she points to herself and she's like, my name's Irini. I'm from a really small village and I've been wanting to get out of there and see the world. And so now I'm here.
I start walking back towards the table with Boot and arm.
Irini's like head like immediately like turns towards him with sparkly eyes. Once again.
Hi.
hold on. What's up?
All right, hold on.
Okay. We're gonna pause for a second.
Okay, I'm gonna get some water. Then I'll be back.
It's 9:30. Okay. Sorry about that, guys.
No problem. She's been making this just to add some sparkle in our life. Let's see if it loads. Yeah, so it's this face.
Oh, yes. Hey, fat cat. Spike's like, what the hell just happened? Dad just threw me in the room on the bed.
Oh. We have a trash baby.
We have two.
Oh, two trash babies. So good.
No.
Do you not like?
I don't mind cats. They're not my favorite creature and definitely not my preferred pet of choice. But these cats are very hard.
Core?
Like, very hard to, I guess, thoroughly enjoy because they just scream at you incessantly. They do.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Sweetheart, just in case, shut your food box on the bed.
Oh, it's empty.
Just because it's empty doesn't mean they won't get into it and eat paper.
Because they're trash babies.
Oh my goodness, they are. You have no idea. Spike eats plastic.
Oh no.
Spike eats plastic, and Lurk will climb up a wall to try and get anything into
Yeah.
anything.
That's beautiful. I love him. I already love your trash baby. I'll take 12.
From under Barov's arm, Buddha just kind of wriggles a bunch and can't get anything. So she just kind of aims at you like, "Hi." It's a really red cobalt in what would maybe be considered rags on a good day, with lots of weird shiny bits, including a cat collar around one of her horns with a little bell. If you have really good perception, I will tell you more about that. And yeah. Oh, and a half a cow skull that she wears on her head.
Beautiful. So interesting. So fascinating.
Who are you?
Is that your character?
Yes, you're being asked by Boot what your name is.
Who are you?
Oh,
Who are
I'm
you?
Arini.
Who are you?
Who are you?
Boot. I am amazing. I adventure here and there, and Boot does all the things. And Boot's best friend, the Elephant Man, and and Blue Lady, and what was his name?
Randall.
No, that's his secret name. You're not supposed to say that. Stop sharing his secret name. Other big guy. He's kind of sneaky.
Like, you got her at, like, adventuring. She's already like, oh my god, he's an adventuring.
Oh no.
So she just starts, like, jumping on her toes, like, tell me about your adventures.
Boot adventured a cat the other day.
I put Boot down on the seat and sit down
Boot
myself.
climbed straight up onto the table after getting put down on the seat. So there was a cat, and it was like, and it was super mean. And Boot was like, "No, you will not take Boot shinies." And then Boot made glorious adventure, and then ate the cat. It was good. Boot shared with the merchant.
About the eating the cat part, like, wait, what?
My eyes
Boot
grow white when he
shared.
says that.
You ate a trash baby?
Only half. Boot shared.
This is definitely not an adventure I can write about or sing about.
Why?
Not what I'm looking for.
Okay, well, you follow Boot around because Boot is the bestest ever, and there will be many adventures, and you will watch and then sing, and Boot will show you how to make the sing.
I raise my eyebrow.
How do you know she even wants to sing, Boot?
She says she wants to sing about Boot.
I believe the correct words were sing about adventure.
Yeah, Boot! Boot is bestest as adventurer. Don't worry, sidekick, you come with.
Sidekick. I love it.
He pats Barov's arm.
I open my mouth to say something, and then I just stop and just lower my
Azul shakes her head and she mouths the word no, and she rubs her temples.
Boot leans over to I'm sorry, what is your character name again?
Arini.
And puts her hand up next to her snout. Like, elephant guy is really big, but kind of slow. But he is best sidekick. Shh.
You need to roll a constitution check because she literally just whispered into your face.
I
for
slept
breath-
all night.
No.
I haven't had any alcohol this morning.
Yeah, she was drinking apple juice.
I had apple juice.
It's not going to be as bad, but it's still going to be bad. You've never brushed your teeth.
You said Constitution, right?
That's true.
Yes.
What's the 14 get me?
That's a pretty damn good roll.
Yes. Her breath is awful, but you managed to keep whatever food you had in your stomach down.
She just makes a light.
I shiver at the thought of remembering what it smelled like last night.
Because Arini's very polite. She just like backs up a little bit and like waves her hand in front of her face, just like That's so nice.
Boot springs forward, tries to grab your hand. Like, is there a fly? I'll get it. And starts waving her hands in front of you, like super close, trying to get the imaginary fly.
I think you got it.
Yes, you should write a song about that because Boot is the best flyer getter.
She nods her
Right.
head politely, like that.
Well, I would I would love to stick around, but I'm going to go and try and find the rogue. And I also need to go to a guild.
Can Boot come?
No.
Boot's gonna come.
No, you're not.
Boot wants to come.
You're gonna stay with your best friends.
I don't like that.
Oh yeah.
And Azul gets up and she waves her hand, smiles, and leaves.
Rainy waves back, like, ha!
I just stare at her as she walks out the door angrily.
Boot enthusiastically waves.
So now trying to find the rogue is something that is very pertinent in your mind, Barov. You need to find the rogue.
So, I just stare at these two and I think to myself, kids.
Boot spins around on the table and kind of crouches on her haunches and proceeds to pick at what's left of Azul's plate and her own plate and with mouthfuls of okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? We got adventure things? Ooh, I adventure something, and then you can write a song. And Elephant Man, you can watch and clap because you are the bestest sidekick.
Well,
It's okay. Boot will show you how. And Boot puts her hands together in front of you and makes motions like she's clapping, but you do it fast and you hit your hands.
I just kind of stare at Boot and then I turn to Arini. Arini, so, where do you come from? Have you been here before?
Give me 1 second, Panda. 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry.
What's that facial expression? The unimpressed facial expression as Boot like claps my hands together.
Chagrin.
That's what I
Boot
do.
smiles widely. Good.
So what was your question? I'm sorry.
What was my question? Oh, have you been to this town before?
Arini shakes her head. No. She's like, no, I've never been here before. This is my first time.
So as is mine. Would you like to accompany me and Boot? I feel it's important to figure out what's happened with our companion, damn it, what the hell's his name?
Randall.
What?
In all seriousness, does anybody remember what I nicknamed him?
No. I literally
honestly,
don't.
I don't know either. I want to say that you nicknamed him after his the ball bearing incident. I feel like you gave him a nickname related to that, but I can't exactly remember if it was related to that.
I don't remember.
I can't remember either. Damn it.
You're going to have to think of a new
Boot
one.
will actually be sitting there deep in thought and like, Boot can't remember what Randall's normal name is, so you don't say the secret name.
Yeah, because didn't Azul start that shit? Like, you shouldn't say names.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I look at Arini and just shrug my shoulders because I don't know what Boot's talking about. But,
so, after you say... Oh, go ahead.
So, would you like to accompany us and our walk around town?
She nods eagerly, mostly because you're an elephant guy. She just be around you and know you and be like, I'm just interested in everything. about you. So she's just like, yes, yes, I would love to. Are you a traveler? An adventurer?
I guess I am an adventurer. Or I know I've traveled a while to get to this town, so yeah, I presume so. I can be
She's
considered that.
she's eagerly gonna stick by his side.
All right, so I guess then we shall get going. And is there what's left on the table of the food? The mess probably, but
Yeah, not much. It's a really big mess.
is there like any of the bread left?
Yeah, actually, Randall's dish is completely untouched,
Um, I just
except all of the spoons are missing.
um, I grab the bread and I put it in my bag, or I pull out like a handkerchief and wrap it up and put it in my bag, and then I grab Boot by the feet and shake her
Oh no!
again.
4 spoons fall out. No!
And
Damn it, I rolled a 26 on that. Like, literally, I just finished typing, whispering to her, roll, I take all the spoons, and you said I check the table. I was like, damn it!
I'm picking up on what you're putting down.
He knows you already.
So I kind of try to clean up a little bit the mess. Just kind of put plates on top of plates or whatever and whatnot. And I look at the barkeep and I nod my head and start making my way towards the door with boot in hand and I guess Arini
Arini
following
walking
behind or
walking
nearby.
double time.
I slow.
Boot proceeds to scamper along next to you, singing very out of tune.
I just realized we went through this whole introduction and I literally still have this map that's
um,
Hmm.
I just kind of watch you struggle with it. I think it's adorable.
no! You should ask what it is.
um, Arini, what are you carrying that is larger than you?
A nice knight gave me a map of the city.
Um, may I take a look at it?
Of course, of course.
Ooh, Boot wants to see too.
I I grab the map and I open it up and it's small in my hands.
No!
Yeah, it kind of shrinks a little bit when he grabs it.
Boot jumps up and down, making grabby hands at the map.
I pick Boot up and put him on or put her on my shoulder, so we can both look at the map.
And
Boot,
it
how
is
long have
a
you been in the city?
actually a really long time.
Boot has been looking for the lost item for a while.
So,
But Boot is having many adventures. Boot has adventured at least 3 cats.
The lost item?
Yes.
Adventured at least 3. Oh my god.
And Boot then proudly shows off her 2 cat collars with bells on each, one on each wrist and one on her, smiling proudly.
It got cut off at the last one.
Boot shows off the collar on each wrist, each with a bell, and the bell on the cat collar with a bell on her horn, proudly, like adventure trophy.
Arini stares in silent horror, trying to be polite though.
I study the map.
You're used to this already.
It's a map of the kingdom.
Okay, yeah, but just familiarizing myself with
Where are we?
the landmarks and stuff.
Hey, where are we?
And I point at what I believe to be the inn on the map.
Yep. You point to the inn on the map.
So okay, so
And it seems to be like to scale. The inn is actually very small. It's surprising the amount of detail that was captured in this particular scale. Like when you unfurl the map, um, it looks expertly crafted. Like somebody who knew what they were doing took the time to draw all of this out. The scale you could probably so the size of the castle itself is about the size of the bowl of a spoon that you've been eating in.
Holy shit.
And this map can probably go across like the length of your arm span and go from the top of your head to your knees. That's how large this map is, completely unfurled.
nice.
Imagine for a reading.
How long have you been carrying this thing around?
Yeah.
Uh, how long has it been since my encounter before I encountered these guys?
It's been a day. Like you
Okay.
had traveled throughout the entire night to get
Oh,
here.
oh dang. I'm tired. I'm
You
running
are
on
tired.
I'm running on adrenaline.
your awe of the creature in front of you.
Pretty much. I'm gonna crash soon, but not now. I'm having the best of times right now. So she goes, uh, for a full day, pretty much.
Hmm. Would you like me to carry this for you? So you don't struggle with this in your instrument.
She gives you that look with the sparkly eyes. Would you really?
yes, and I proceed to put it into my bag.
And she goes, "Thank you, thank you."
Boot proceeds to start crawling down the side of the elephant towards the bag. Starts crawling into the bag.
I pull her out.
Immediately, like, no, 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 no.
Goes full cat and just grabs whatever is inside, trying to cling to the bag.
um, uh, what is the name of the city that we're in, by the way?
Boot will tell you. Boot needs to see the map, though. Then Boot will tell you.
Yeah, actually, she's probably right. Boot will tell you because even though you looked at the city, you never really asked and you didn't really look.
I open the map again, full length, where I just like hold it above my head so it rolls
Uh,
unwinds.
Boot climbs up to your shoulder, stands very tall, and proudly and loudly, like, stands on her toes, saying whatever the top of the map.
Derasian.
Direction.
That is the kingdom of Darasian.
Spell that for me.
Darejan.
I'm adding it to my inventory. That's why I ask.
Yeah, not a problem.
Okay, so
And as you're looking at the map, you noticed that there seems to be really an aesthetically darker part of the city. And it doesn't seem to be too far away from the inn.
Well, what I was, uh, since I'm planning on trying to find Randall, and I have a keen smell or sense of smell, I wanted to use my sense of smell to see if I can track his scent once I step
Sure.
outside. So,
Do you have anything of his that you can smell?
um,
Can Boot roll luck to have some? Oh, I still have his shoelaces.
You do still have his shoelaces.
Oh God.
okay, so,
Do you say anything about trying to find? Actually, no. Boot's just gonna say, "Here, You have big good nose, and proceeds to grab your trunk and is aiming something towards the end of your trunk, looking like she's going to just shove it in there.
Oh man.
Oh, God.
I I take a whiff of the shoelaces, and immediately realize that it smells like Randall.
The shoelaces get absolutely attempted to be jammed into the front of your nose.
I pull away.
Here, make good smell. Make good smell. Hold it in. Hold it in. Hold it in. Keep strong.
Oh God.
Oh, God. This poor elephant. Arena looks like Rena is looking at him with pity.
You really should. You know what? Yeah. By the way, you have Spaz to thank for this because Spaz was going to be my torture puppet, and he wasn't here. So you're my best friend now.
And
Till
It
he
might be
returns.
permanent. It might be permanent.
Oh fuck.
You're fucked.
Oh man. Let's see. All right. So what is that? I think what would that be? That'd be wisdom check.
It might actually. I think it's survival.
Yeah,
It's
it would be
for
survival.
tracking.
Um, got a 15.
You can kind of figure out that he in the middle of the night he had left his room and he went into the direction of the slums.
Okay. So I guess we all start heading that way.
That's good.
And Boot, what do you know of what's in this direction as we walk? I ask.
Oh, that is the place with people who try to stab you.
I kind of pause in
Not-
place for a moment.
Arena looks like a little bit fearful, but like determined.
I like that. Fearful but determined.
And I just kind of mentally prepare myself for perhaps an attack, and we keep walking.
So it wasn't difficult to find the slums. It was almost kind of sad to see the rapid transition from wealth to poverty. The largest barrier or landmark, if you will, serving almost like a gateway to the darker parts of the city, was a brightly decorated casino, a stark contrast to the shadows around it for sure. Multicolored orbs of light danced around the huge pillars that stood before the entrance. Colossal wooden doors inlaid with gold filigree were slanted open, welcoming all those who sought to escape and challenge Lady Fate. It was a it was damning just as it was it was as damning just as it was rewarding. I worded that really fucking weird. Guarding the entrance were two figures, clothed from head to toe in dark robes and a full-faced masks. The forms, from what you could tell, they looked like unusually large men. They were welcoming anyone who decided to venture through with a nod. These alabaster walls had tapestries draped on them of epic adventurers from across the lands as well from lands unknown. Um, so as you look around, um, the carpet. Hold on. I don't think. Do, 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 do. Yep, not everything is here. Not everything saved. I don't think. You guys can see the casino, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sort of ish.
Mhm.
Everything's red and gold.
Nice. So you guys are going to be in the first room here. And you can see around you that there are different kinds of card tables. There are also the felt covered tables that you saw in the bar. There are people gambling of all types. Some of them just as large as the Loxodon, others just as small as you.
There's a quiet noise next to your ear, Barov, of
Oh,
Oh
God.
yes, and for someone like her, it is bright and shiny, and oh my God, there's music and noise and people and booze and holy crap, everywhere the shinies.
I'm not so. I would like having a similar reaction, but not because it's shiny. Just all the different people
All of the different people and the noises and the oh my God.
and the, oh my God, I've never seen
So
anything like that. I'm just a little country bumpkin.
Boot leaps off of the elephant with surprising distance for the little body, sprints up to the nearest gambling table, puts down a fork, a piece of rat tail, and a gold piece, and says, "Boot plays now."
uh
Boot plays now.
the slender the slender card dealer looks incredulously at Boot and then to the people that Boot came from, sees the Loxodon, and has a little bit of fear run through them. Looks back at Boot and nods their head very slowly.
Boot climbs on top of the table.
No, no,
So
no,
that
no,
she
no,
can
no, no. Stay off of the table. You can be dealt in. You can be dealt in. Just stay off of the table.
Okay. Boot just grabs whatever drink is nearest to her and takes a sip.
Oh,
Nobody's really arguing because everybody saw that the little thing walked in with a Loxodon, and nobody's really sure what that is. They just know it's large and it's an elephant, and elephants get angry and ragey.
That is the best.
Just out of
You're
curiosity, why is
stuck with this one.
your Irini's icon on the map?
Oh,
Arini put herself there.
How'd you
Yeah.
put yourself on the map?
You
open.
click your profile and you can slide your picture over onto it.
Yep, just drag and drop.
Nope. Oh, there it goes. Ah! Okay. Whoops.
And now there's two of you. Just click one and delete it. Click one and hit delete.
Delete, cancel. I'm hitting. There it goes.
You have to be patient.
Shut up.
It's not working.
Oh, I didn't mean to delete that.
Well, yours isn't
Shit.
working.
No, where are you going to profile to do this?
Like bio and info, like when your characters,
Yeah, your character profile picture.
you see how it says bio and info and character sheet? The one in bio and info, the picture that you use there, just drag it and drop it. Oh shit, I did
No.
mine twice.
Click it and
It just keeps trying to highlight it.
yeah, hold on, let me go over there. Ugh. Here, watch out, baby.
I wish Spaz was here.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's just highlighting it.
How did you save this? Did you save it under the edit tool and then on the avatar?
Are you talking to me?
Well, I'm talking if you're helping him out.
I saved it under the edit tool, yeah, but
And you saved it under the avatar one, right?
Here, just click on that profile and bring it up there. Cause oh, it didn't work.
what do you mean the avatar profile?
So when you go to bio and info and you click edit, it says name and then or like avatar and then name. Did you upload it there? Like it says upload.
I'm gonna guess no. Like, unfortunately, I'm not understanding what you're telling me to do because I opened the character sheet, I used edit, I typed out.
Okay, so in the edit, right? You see how it's like bio.
Wait, you already have your photo. So open your character sheet and click on where it says bio and info. You'll see your image of Boot and then what you typed up. Do you see that?
It just highlights it. It doesn't let me drag and drop.
Yeah.
Oh,
Huh.
interesting.
That is weird.
Um,
Um, do you know what kind of image this is? Is it maybe it
It's a
shouldn't matter.
JPEG.
Should be that shouldn't matter. Mine's a JPEG too.
same.
Um,
Cassandra, can you do it for him, like from your DM
I
set?
tried. Let's see. Yep, give me
maybe
1 second and I'll.
maybe it's too big.
I mean, it should shrink it down though.
Yeah, that shouldn't matter.
Did you like the little icon I made?
I do appreciate the icon. It is very, very cute. In the corners of the rooms, you guys also notice these huge statues that are almost as red as the carpet.
Hmm.
And there's something very, very familiar about these tapestries, Barov.
Insight check.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Insight check.
Oh, it's not very good.
Nope.
Actually, you do recognize these because these are from your home.
From my
the
village or from the rift, the other side of the rift?
From the other side of the rift. There's a tapestry of Isolda and Lizolda. A separate tapestry uh, has an elaborate decoration of the symbol of Rakdos. As a matter of fact, that symbol seems to be most common on the walls.
Hmm.
You can go ahead and make a another insight check if you'd like.
Wow, and that's with your 4, so you rolled a
Yeah,
little bit lower.
exactly. That's bad.
You know, I'm gonna scuff that and say that you roll with advantage because these are from your home, Jose.
Okay.
So roll with advantage.
I'll roll with advantage.
And it's an 8.
Oh my god, he rolled double tens. How do you do that? That's fine. You know, you recognize it.
14 is enough.
Yeah, 14 is enough.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
um, and you can actually choose to tell this to your companions after you really after looking at the walls and Boot and Irimi, right?
Yeah.
Irini?
Yeah.
You notice that he's staring at these tapestries. Like there's something that has absolutely captivated him, and he looks kind of completely lost in thought. And what is coming back to you, Barov, is that uh, what the symbol is, which is the symbol of Rakdos, as well as the practice of the cult of Rakdos. You remember that it is involved in criminal activity, civil disorder, and slave trade. It's strange how open they are about displaying that symbol. Then again, there are others that you would be familiar with as well. House Demir's symbol is also on the wall, and a little information is known about them even in your own home. It is, however, known that the Demir are involved in assassinations, criminal activity, and espionage on a contractual basis. The visage of Tolsimir Wolfblood is also there, with Selesnya conclave or with the Selesnya conclave symbol, which is a grave contrast to the other, seeing as how the Selesnya conclave Perun is an elemental formed from the fusion of numerous dryads and powers the guild pact. So
I
this
I'm in like utter confusion right now, and I don't know what I want to like get angry at like what I'm seeing, or like just grab the nearest person and start asking questions. Like I'm just kind of like trying to process what I'm seeing at the moment.
And of course, the others have depictions of dragons and knights in armor. It's just these in particular seem to have grabbed your attention, and for good reason, seeing as how these are from your home. And it's quite unsavory what they represent. How comfortable do you feel now, trapped within these walls with no windows, you just now realize?
Um, I almost want to start a rampage. um,
Uh, Before you do that, don't trample Three,
look out for the little people. Um,
please.
I I approach like the nearest what I presume to be an employee and ask them to speak to someone in charge.
They look at you confusedly, like, what do you mean you want to speak to somebody who's in charge?
I have questions about this establishment.
What kind of questions do you have?
Pertaining to that, and I point to the symbol on the wall. The
You mean the tapestries?
Yes.
Well, what about them? I mean, I know the proprietor of the casino itself has been to many places. These are just, I guess, relics that they like to display. You know how the rich folk are. They like to throw their prestige around in trinkets and gifts.
Well, I'd like to inquire upon where they may have found these trinkets, for they are familiar to me, and I'd like to know more.
I mean, I think that's asking a lot, seeing as how we don't even know. Uh,
I completely forget about Rendell.
it's like we don't even see our boss. We don't even really know, and somebody else from across a different table shoots that guy a look, and like he quiets himself and says, "But if you'd like, we have an open table. Would you like to play a game?"
I put my hand up as to like stop them, and no, I'm okay, and I walk away. And I go stand in the corner um, to brood a little bit.
Hey, can you check and make sure I've actually got like permissions on the character sheet and stuff? Like,
You should, yeah. Let
it's
me.
letting me edit it and stuff, but I don't know why this is not.
Are you in the like edit part?
I've tried every screen.
Okay.
Like I've tried to go through the edit, I've tried to not go through the edit, I tried to drag from my little mini image at the bottom.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't work. I wish
Um,
we could just screen share with you.
maybe if you close your character sheet window and refresh your page, maybe that'll help
I
get.
already did that too.
Oh, okay. I
That's why I was wondering if like the permissions were set right, because I mean this was originally some entirely different character name of weirdness. So
Yeah. It's set to be seen in all players' journals and can be edited and controlled by boot.
um under your art library, Cassie, do you see his icon under recent uploads?
Uh,
Oh, um, actually, can you make it available uh to me or to Jose or to just to see what happens when I try to drag and drop his icon?
hold on, I have an idea.
Breaks the internet.
Breaks the internet.
Uh,
Sorry, I'm holding things up. Like I
that's
have
fine.
not had any good experiences with Roll20. It never wants to work right for me.
Another question. Are you on a
Am I?
PC or a Mac?
PC.
Okay, so that's a problem. Just trying to
Also,
rule
I
out
need to feed the stupids here in a moment.
the trash baby's hungry.
Yeah, they are. What browser type are you guys using?
Google Chrome.
There.
Chrome. Yeah.
Aha! I
Oh, there
got
he
it.
is.
Da 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 da.
Huh, that's not the icon I have for my bio.
That's the icon that I just saw it. Which one would you like, dear?
That would make sense.
Upload it in Discord. What you want me to use?
It's
Not that it is
really
nice.
weird that it won't do it.
It is really weird.
Like it almost makes me wonder if like I'm under a different thing because like the icons on the left, I don't know, maybe I'm under like GM mode or something or spectator mode or something.
That's
Are there different modes for logging into Roll20 for like what you're doing?
I don't think so.
Because I noticed the other thing that you guys could do is I was watching you guys ping the screen. I can't do that.
you can't do this.
No.
Hold your mouse down. Yes, you can.
Ha!
I just saw the pings go off all at once.
I, however, cannot move my own icon.
Oh, that's because you didn't. She did it for you.
She'd have to give you permission.
How do I give him permission?
That is a fantastic question. I have no idea because I've never made icons that way before.
Yeah, not for like a user to use. I'm still wondering if you make Boots thing available to one of us, we can try to drag and drop it and see if we can control it. Because if the DM does it, he might not be able to.
Well, I know that
Yeah.
from the DM's view, if Cassie were to go to edit his character sheet, there's under his avatar, there's going to be a default token optional, and she should be able to click on the token that's on the table, and it should save it. And that might give him permission once she's...
Okay, I let everybody have access to Boots page or Boot stuff. So if you could drag and drop to make an icon, see if that works.
Nope.
Nope.
highlighting.
One...
You just don't have any luck with this baby.
Really don't.
It doesn't work for us either. So I'm wondering if it's how it was created at the beginning. That shouldn't matter though.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say maybe it was because like your character sheets were already done and mine wasn't, but you both, like I know yours was, but Irini's was made while we were sitting here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. All right, let me try something. Don't get all nervous on me. I promise I'm not going to do anything bad. This. I just want to make sure I don't lose them.
Well, if you guys would like to take a minute to try and figure this out, I'm going to go ahead and feed the cats.
Okay. Go right ahead.
All right.
Like, I'm wondering if it's the security settings on my browser.
Oh, I found how to fix the problem.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Okay, what is it?
Cassie's gonna have to do it from her end.
What happened?
Well, if she clicks on the icon, or sorry, if she hits like you know how when you look at the icon and you select it and it brings up the little three dots above and the two on the bottom. If she clicks on the gear, it's gonna bring up like an edit sheet, and from her end, it's gonna say represents character, and then you know there's gonna be a selection there. But at the under that it says name, and then under that it says controlled by, and then she's gonna have to set it so that boot can control it. That makes sense. In my head it did.
No, it makes sense. I right now I can't even get an icon for boot on the table
Oh,
anymore.
just go to your art journal and drag the image onto the board.
Oh yeah, that's how I did it. Duh. Okay, so
Yep. And then if you
there and settings and what now?
okay, so you know the edit token window
Oh,
popped up.
controlled by boot.
Correct.
Save changes.
Yep.
Okay, baby.
Hey, there we go. Now I can do stuff.
Yay!
Da, 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 da.
Panda to the rescue.
Well, if I'm gonna be DM, I need to learn the program too.
You do.
Yeah. Okay, so if you guys would like, you can role play amongst yourselves while I go feed the cats, seeing as how.
Why don't I go feed the cats? Boot is gambling recklessly with her money.
You mean with her one gold coin?
Oh God, no! She's actually loaded.
Oh.
Yeah, like
This is new to everybody else?
Yes, this is new to us.
well, I mean, starting loot is for a sorcerer is adventure pack and whatever pack. So yeah, like between street urchin and sorcerer, I have 22 gold.
Yeah, she's got some gold, yo.
She brings out and gambles with an assortment of baby spoons or forks. I did get shook down a couple times.
I don't think you have any more because you placed a rat tail in the last piece of silverware on the table, which the person took
Oh,
because Loxodon is scary.
oh, okay.
They must think I'm the bodyguard.
Boot will also gamble with her prized cat collars.
Yay!
I'm gonna go to my my big Oxodon friend. Are you okay?
These tapestries and these statues are from my home, and I would most enjoy. I would really like to know where they came from, and that they've been here a long time. But it seems I have to find the right people to speak to.
I see. Why is it important to you to figure out where they came from?
I lean down, crouch down.
As much even crouch down.
I pretty much have to like I get on my knees and I pick you up and bring you close. That's all I can really do. You're tiny. And I whisper into your ear, it's important for me to find out where these came from because I have been cut off from my home, and I am searching for a way to return. And I put you back down and stand up and start walking away.
Oh my gosh, I thought I took the fucking snap off of these things.
Ada Reed,
No snapping.
She's like, that sounds like a great adventure. She's like, it's in her to herself. She's like, yeah, I have to help him make it home.
God,
so I can write an epic song.
Shoot, what was there was a cartoon. I can't remember what it was where like the character goes running around adventure, adventure. Oh, Flapjack. Wasn't it Flapjack that
Was it Blackjack?
I think it was Flapjack that runs around going adventure, adventure.
Can't
I
remember.
I don't know.
It's it's
I didn't watch Flapjack.
it's been a while, so I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's been a long time since I've seen Flapjack. But now I'm looking it up. Because it has to be somewhere. That if it was him, it has to be somewhere. Oh, wait, I think I found it.
I walk up to the second floor.
I shall now remove my pants.
Sweet. Up here there is a bar. There are more gambling tables as well, but really only a few. This is mostly where people are to get drunk.
Can we do a perception check to see if like anybody stands out as somebody who like
Is
I don't know, like
important.
looks
Who
yeah,
would
like
be
yeah, who's important.
yeah, you can roll a perception to see if there's anybody around that looks important.
Crap, I see nothing.
You're short.
I'm too short. Somebody has to hold me up.
Legs, all you see are legs.
Too many legs.
It's like the ending of shit. I think it was Austin Powers at the ending when um the cameraman's like, "Hey, zoom out some more," and the cameraman's like, "It's already zoomed out. All I see is butts." And the midget goes, "Oh, it's welcome to my world."
Oh no. That's a reading.
Uh,
She's not even 3 feet tall, okay? Like, give me a break.
Well,
Hey, Jose, I forgot how to do this. The like to show the icon moving around.
Q.
You.
Yeah, you hit Q every time you want to move. There you go.
Okay.
Oh crap, that's huge.
That's a huge table. There we go.
That's what she said.
Boot will holler at the nearest person who looks like a waiter, 50-50 on whether it's actually a waiter, and yells for bring Boot the good drink of.
You just left the betting table?
No, I'm still chilling there. I don't know where she's going.
So Irini doesn't really find much. Aside from legs.
Legs, so many legs.
Lots
just-
and lots of legs. And lights and table legs. Fancy carpet with pretty embroidery.
Just jumping. She's just looking around through the legs.
All I keep thinking is her running around whispering, "Adventure, adventure, adventure."
Thank God I have a. So I have halfling nimbleness. So I can move around quite nicely between these legs. As long as there's enough space for me, I can move very comfortably.
How old is your character?
My character is 24.
Baby.
Is amazing.
I'm not going to say a word.
Wait, I want to know how old is your character?
Mine.
5.
Yours is 5? No way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kobolds hit adulthood around 4. She's had a long adventuring career of 1.
Yep.
Oh my God. How long do they live to? If they hit adulthood at 5?
Obviously not very long. She's incredibly lucky.
I was gonna say, naturally, without getting murdered, they can live quite a long time. I have a feeling that doesn't frequently happen.
No. It does not. Everybody kills kobolds.
How are you not dead?
That's a very good question. You should ask her that.
I don't know.
Like, she's very lucky. She's very lucky.
That's one of the reasons why I picked a halfling character for this. I have a trait called Lucky, so that if I roll a one on anything, I can reroll.
Reroll it, yeah. Halfling luck is pretty sweet.
It's so great.
So as you guys are, or as Barov is looking around, excuse me,
Nice work.
you don't thank you, you don't really see too many people who look different. Everybody seems to be in a uniform. Like all of the workers are in a uniform, the waiters are in a different kind of uniform, the bartenders are in a different kind of uniform, but everything is uniform.
Okay.
So nobody's sticking out.
I walk up to the barkeeper and ask them, do you know where these statues and tapestries came from?
uh no, not particularly. That's an interesting question to ask. Why do you ask?
They're very intriguing. Um, Very interesting to look at. I'd like to see if I could acquire some for myself.
Oh, Uh, honestly, I really don't know the answer to that question. I mean, the owner of this place, I hear, is very eccentric and they travel all over the place. Where they travel to, I don't know, but this just seems to be like a weird treasure trove for them. Whenever they find something new, they stick it in here, whether it actually matches or not. I mean, you see those red and black and then green and blue uh tapestries on the wall. Like it doesn't even match the gold and red motif of the casino. Obviously, this particular person is very miffed at the fact that everything doesn't match.
His OCD showing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've noticed that as well. Um, do you know who I may speak to about the tapestries and statues? A name?
Uh, like, you want to talk to the person who gets them? Like the owner?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great.
Nobody's seen the owner in months.
Mm,
I just know that we still get paid even though they're not around, which that's kind of nice if you know what I mean. Who wants their boss hovering over them every minute of every day?
yeah, I can absolutely agree with that.
Uh-huh.
Right? You see what I'm saying? Would you like a drink?
Sure. Let me get. I motion to Arini to come over
Do
to
I
me.
see him from where I'm at?
I guess you need to do a
Uh,
perception check.
yep, roll a perception.
Did I get lost in a sea of legs? Um, did Boot win anything? I rolled a 12. Do I?
Yeah, you actually you see the Loxodon. He's actually pretty easy to see.
I scamper on.
uh, 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 get this young lady
Apple
anything anything she'd want to drink, and for myself I will have an ale. Um, and do you happen to have it? And I lean forward and whisper, apple juice.
The bartender kind of looks at you funny and nods.
Can I?
Apparent like they're very quick to pick up on the whole subtlety thing, by the way. Well practiced even.
I
Uh-oh. I see Boot doing stuff over there now.
could I get you to pour that in a mug and that you would use for an ale?
Oh yeah, no, I got you.
Okay, thank
He
you.
thinks it's for the halfling.
Ah! I'm an adult.
uh, okay. So I guess we get our drinks. I pay the man. Or woman. Let me rephrase that. Um,
Uh I don't know. It changed gender. It's a girl.
Okay, I pay the lady for the drinks, and
Are you
and
gonna sneak behind the bar?
Can
You have to. You have to roll a stealth roll, baby.
You
yeah,
did.
he did.
God damn it.
And
God damn it.
I
The DM is
it's pretty loud in here, you would say, right? Or is it quieter over here where the bar and stuff is at?
It is quieter over here with the bar. I mean, there's more. The volume is talking like a regular talking voice. Like there are other people talking, but they're not so loud that it's anything that would interrupt a conversation.
Okay.
And Boots
Hmm.
successfully gets behind the bar.
Oh no.
I turn around to look for Boot back at the table and realize that she is missing. And in my head, I go, "Oh shit."
Arini notices nothing. She's just taken sips of her drink.
What was that? I couldn't hear what you said.
Boot is standing behind the bartender in her blind spot, staring at you.
Um, and I was like, I haven't. Do I see her? Should I do perception?
You should be able
Yeah,
to see her.
Yeah.
you can roll a perception check to see Boot.
Boot is trying to make it like Boot is literally just staring at Barrow, but trying to hide from the bartender.
Oh, okay. So I casually just be like, I've got a nail for you.
No shiny.
And then there's
Boot screeches a trill loudly and just climbs up the wrong side of the bar towards Barrow.
What the hell? The bartender exclaims as a little lizard thing came out from behind her.
How about that? And I hand the drink to Boot. The apple juice.
Bestest, good drink, yeah.
Absolutely.
Boot is so and looks right at the bartender. Boot is so strong. Boot can drink like 5 and not be even a little drunk.
Oh god.
I'm sure you can, little one.
Yes.
Eh?
Wait, little one
Uh oh.
starts sneering at the bartender. Do apologize.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Boot forgive you. Only this time. Boot is magnificent, 3 foot tall.
Hey,
Magnificent 3 foot tall.
this totally slipped my mind, but this is where we tracked Randall sent to?
Yeah, but he's not here.
Maybe we should. Well, I don't know Randall, and I just like my character doesn't know what he looks like, so I can't
And
help out.
there are no windows in this place, so you really have no you don't know how much time has passed from the time that you walked in the door to now.
Um,
Maybe you should ask about.
maybe what?
You should ask about if they've seen Randall.
Yeah, that's what I was about to do. Do you happen to know, as I turn back to the bartender, uh, do you happen to know anybody by the name of Randall?
Boot also pushes out a piece of paper at the bartender. Also, have you seen this? And points at her crudely drawn picture.
The bartender picks up the picture and looks at it, and then she kind of arches a brow and she was like, "Well, I mean, Randall isn't necessarily an uncommon name. I mean, could you give me some kind of description? Do you know what he looks like?"
Shh, that's his secret name. How do you know his secret name?
I was just told his secret name.
Elephant Man. You
Oh,
bad
magnificent
sidekick.
one.
You're not supposed to tell secret name.
And I just like
Randall's
lift my hand up and motion um, for Boo to like calm down. Um, Ah, shoot. Come on. He. I'm gonna presume that the character appearance he's using on his character sheet is what he looks like. Um,
Hmm.
he is about 5'11". He wears a like dark blue uh, uh, r- rogue outfit. Well, would I know it's a rogue outfit, or would I just be like he's wearing the
Yeah,
tapestry?
you would describe what he's wearing. You wouldn't call it like rogue garb.
Okay, so he has black hair. He's missing shoelaces. Didn't you call him something like big boots or something like that? I don't know. I can't remember for the hell of me.
Boot will think of a better secret name for him, but you have to stop telling his secret name.
Okay, when you come up with a new secret name, I will remember to use new secret name. Um,
Okay.
he has hazel eyes, his tan skin, brown hair. Um, looks to be, I guess, an human. Yeah, he was human.
Yes.
Human.
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 Human. Ferengis. And let's see. He looks to be probably in his early 30s.
Does he like to play games? Like, would he have? Does he have a propensity to play any particular type of game here? Because that kind of narrows it down. But if you're looking for anybody in particular, I mean, I don't think anybody that matches that description is here right now.
Um, I can say I do not honestly know. I just recently met this man, and we're trying to find him. Due to the fact that he managed to um, disappear
Mm.
suspiciously. So I want to make sure he's all right. And
Well, I mean, if he disappeared suspiciously overnight, you could always check the red light district. She rolls her eyes.
Oh, that sounds like a
Wait,
good place.
I'm giggling.
Can Boot go?
Everybody's
Hmm?
like red light.
okay.
Why are the lights red? Does it turn the sun red? It turns the
The
sun red?
the
Boot
the
wants to go!
bartender just kind of grins.
Which way? Tell Boot where it is. Boot will find the nut, Randall.
I
It
mean,
looks right. Looks right at Barov. Boot is working on the secret name.
it's the red light district. I'm sure you'd be able to find it, if anything, when the sun goes down.
uh, uh, talking
Boot is
about.
just staring with a perplexed look in her eyes.
And I'm pretty sure you can find company for everybody in your party.
Oh yeah, Boot loves friends. Boot's gonna go.
Irina just tilts her head, like questioning. Like,
Arena, you want to go too?
I kind of
sounds.
Oh,
ponder
oh, sorry.
upon
No, wait,
that.
that's your secret name. Okay, not Arena. Make good song burst. No, no. Good song maker. There you are. All right, that would keep your secret name. Make good song maker. We are gonna go to the red light district. Go meet people.
I thank you for the information. I perhaps will try there momentarily, and I grab my mug and I take a swig and start walking away.
Not dealing with the situation.
It's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
And I keep looking around the room to see if I see anybody that stands out. Uh,
nails stand out.
There are some richer looking folks sitting at now it won't let me ping. Why will it not let me ping?
Make sure you got the correct icon selected over on your upper left hand.
Eh. It's whatever. Okay, so the table, yeah, that table. That table has a couple of what you would consider well-dressed individuals compared to the rest of the people that are around. I mean, they have large chains around their neck. Some of them look like holy symbols, but you're not quite sure because everything looks elaborate. Their clothing is clean and long. The materials are luxurious, so silks and velvets.
I decide to approach them, and I, with my best behavior, excuse me, may I inquire?
Hi.
Oh, you just went along.
Inquire upon, on. Have you happened to have met the owner of this establishment?
No, one of them replies, looking at you with. Actually, you're not quite sure. Nobody's looked at you like that before. It wasn't fear. Maybe interest? But the interest was incredibly unsettling.
Boot reaches out and touches some of their soft fabric.
Get away from me. The person who Boot was petting swats at her.
I
You don't touch Boot. Boot will touch you back.
I quickly shove my mug over at Boot so that she can take it, and still has some ale in it. Maybe maybe about half a cup. Not too much.
Boot like grasps the mug tightly and just glowers at the person who swatted it.
Could you keep an eye on your pet while you... I didn't think pets were allowed in here.
I just shrugged my shoulders. Neither did I. I was like, thank you for your time. Sorry for the disturbance. I grab Boot and just kind of walk in hand with Boot away from.
You can't get anything done with Boot. You're gonna have to leave. Get her a babysitter. I'm scurrying off after you. Until you keep walking off.
Oh
no.
What happened?
Oh no! I just freeze.
I mean, I'm sure you guys have the moment to do something. Mage Hand is not quick.
Do you guys want to do something?
You're tall enough. Grab it.
I grab the mug, but it's already in the turned over, so the liquid's already.
Well, wait. Roll a dex.
I was about to say, because I start doing this as you carry me away, so it's not like immediately just gloosh.
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
I got
you're
17.
Good. Yes, you barely. You drop Boot and you barely grab the glass before it dumps on one of those rich-looking patrons. And they look at you because it looks like you are the one who is going to dump liquid on them. May we help you? Gentleman actually asks. He's one of the only two from the 5 that are in that table. And he stands up, and there's something very ominous about him. Uh, you got an 18 on his intimidation check.
So you're intimidated.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, doesn't he have to roll to see if it affects him?
What do I have to roll?
Technically, intimidation, and most of those don't usually work against players. It is how the GM and player want to handle it. Like player to player, I know it's like usually rolled as there is no direct effect because it would steal agency from the player. So it's how the player wants to roll with it. But I'm not 100% on
Usually it's a check versus a
NPCs.
check.
I have advantage.
So
So
it depends on how you want to run it. If you want to run it where checks can just bypass people's control and be like, nope, you are intimidated, then you just need to decide what the defense is. If you want to make it to where the player gets to decide how they react to how intimidating the person is, you roll to give them a gauge of how intimidating.
okay, so go ahead and roll an insight check.
Hold on. I was reading up on my species because as a loxodon, we're not uh, bu- bu- advantage on charm and frightened, natural armor. Um, that's not where his keen smell. Because I felt like I had read somewhere about how loxodons are not intimidated easily because of our size. Because we have.
Yeah, you can go. Usually you're not intimidated. Go ahead and roll an insight check
Okay.
because you're gonna try and figure out like this person's intent. No, this guy means business. He's something that you probably, or someone you should probably just walk away from and apologize to. I
Um.
mean, he's not really that scary, but because he stood up to you, he's probably got something going on that you don't want to mess with.
He got some cojones.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I apologize profusely, and I turn around and walk away very quickly.
Wait, what about Boot?
I have boot in hand. Like,
Okay.
You dropped boot to catch the glass.
oh right. I grab boot as I walk and just drag boot with me.
Ari will turn around and like do her little like bows, like sorry, 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 and like scurry on after him.
So do you guys exit the casino?
Um, yeah, because I don't know what else to do here. I mean, I'm not getting the information I need.
How do you do the moving thing, Arini?
Oh, Jose was the one who taught me again. Click your icon and then click Q every so often to show like they're moving.
Uh,
Yeah, like let's say
And
you want to move it to a new spot, hit Q, and then you move it to another spot, hit Q, move it to another spot, hit Q, and when you let it go, on our screens, we'll see it animate around the page.
Yeah. Not on your screen, but on our screen we'll see it.
Yeah, we'll see it. Ooh, turn order. Is there battle?
no, I'm trying to figure out. I can't, for whatever reason, it doesn't want. I can't ping anything anymore.
What you're selected? It looks like you're selecting the ruler.
Yeah, it looks like you're in the snap tool. Make sure you're on the top arrow key.
Arrow, yeah, like select move and okay, Jesus. No, it's still not letting me. It just says undo, paste, and edit.
Sounds like you're right clicking, left click to ping.
Okay, there we go. So you guys, even though you walked out of the front of the casino, you're in the back of the casino.
The
So
hell?
if you want to, you can.
How?
Yeah, that was weird. So where I am pinging on the map, that is where you guys come out of.
you're gonna
And
have to put the icon for me. I still can't place my own icon. Really wish I knew what was causing that.
me too.
We'll
Me
have
too.
to Google it.
Excuse me.
Maybe if I
Click the lower half of your image and click and drag because that's where mine were. Because I got the same thing a moment ago where it wasn't letting me drag onto it and it was highlighting everything. but when I click like the bottom of my image, it worked for some reason.
I still have control of his and I can't click this.
Why are you in two places?
Okay, it looks like it finally let me drag and drop, but it's not. It's like giving me a circle with a slash through, like it can't drop it.
Because I already have your icon out.
Oh, I'm going to try and I can't do anything with it.
Oh.
I really think like I don't have the right permissions for my character sheet because like you have to reset permissions to give me my own icon every time.
I don't know. Just you're gonna have to let me know where you want me to move her.
Um, well, just do the same thing. Click on the character, go to settings, and give him permission on the avatar or icon. Sorry.
Crap. How did we do that? Edit
Click.
and then.
No, click on the token on the map.
Oh yeah, and those
And
settings.
and then which I'll have to Google that issue to see what's going on. Google.
Okay, you should have control of your own icon now. So as you walk out of the back of the casino, the ground underneath you is gravelly. Definitely a contrast to the well-paved roads of the inn and the front of the casino. The houses here are not necessarily in the best shape. There is one large house off in the distance that does look to be in decent condition, but that place is heavily guarded.
This one?
Yes. And then beyond that, there seems to be these large towering gray buildings that are decrepit.
Um,
And by the way, it's like noon now, so the entire or late afternoon, so the entire morning you guys just seem to waste in the casino for however long, which is really weird because it doesn't seem like you were in there for that long, but obviously you were.
yep.
Yay, magic!
Yay, magic.
Well, actually, they do that in real life. They actually don't put windows in places like that, so you don't realize
Yeah,
how
so
much time
they
is passing.
Yep. That I knew.
Okay.
That's so wrong.
Hey, it's for they can make money. I, I, Boots, can I get the shoelaces again?
Boot heroically just shoves them up in the air as if it was Luke Skywalker holding a lightsaber.
I take a whiff of the shoelaces and I sniff around to see if I can pick up on Randall's scent. So that would be a perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Or investigation, whichever one's better for you.
Got a 15 on that.
Okay. His scent does seem to get a little bit stronger, headed in towards the warehouses.
Where would the
Which ones are those again?
Yeah.
The big gray buildings.
This one?
Oh,
These.
these?
Yeah,
Okay.
this whole thing is the warehouse district.
Got it.
So large stone buildings towered over narrow streets. Some of them began to lean to and fro as age and gravity grasped onto the loose bricks and pulled mercilessly. Decrepit as they are, life still thrived within them. It was nearly impossible to determine which building was which or which one was more significant than the other. One thing was noticeable, though. The smell was certainly different. A strange acidic note danced on the damp air and tingled your nose hairs as you passed through. The population also seemed to shift, and more half-orcs than anything else roamed the streets. Some gave you smiles, while others gave glares out generously. the denizens of this sect could tell you were not from here. Along one of the wider streets was a marketplace. And
Uh,
to help figure out where the
this.
marketplace is, I will. Yeah, like right here.
Okay. Then we. I will be over here. I kind of.
So
Go ahead.
the marketplace is actually a little bit more well organized than the streets that are closer to the nicer inn that you guys stayed at. This was obviously a part of the city that was at one point in time very well kept and very well constructed. Um, there are alchemy shops, or there's an alchemist shop. There is a tailor, a leather worker. There's a blacksmith um, in the far corner. So actually, this building is the blacksmith's. Oh my God, Boot!
Like just scampering all over the place, looking at everything, touching way more things than she's supposed to. Uh, may or may not try and steal some random.
Do you want to try and steal a random item?
I'm thinking about it.
But there are also. Oh, sorry.
Go
What?
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say there are various eateries as well. So there are places where you can get food if you would like, because you have only had breakfast and you drank in the casino, so you were kind of feeling a little nippish.
All right.
And also there is that one smell. It's actually really kind of starting to bother you, Mr. Loxodon.
Okay. Um, I make like a start doing that noise.
Boot
I
obviously
exhale.
sent. Boot, obviously sensing the difficulties of her friend, leaps upon his snout and ties the shoelaces to it. Obviously, he's having trouble. She is helping. Hold still! Hold still! Boot helps. Boot helps! Boot helps! Boot helps!
Thank you. um,
Shoestrings are starting to lose their efficiency. They're
Now
starting to
much more
smell
better
more
at
like
sniff
Boots'
burrow.
hands and whatever Boots' hands have been on.
yeah. Um, I guess I guess I get to the point where it annoys me. I was like, what is that smell? And
How does everybody else react to that?
Boot reaches out her hand to grab whatever is on the food cart near her. Like, totally not even just stealing, just reaches out, grabs it, and starts eating it.
Oh, God.
You need to pay for that.
Huh?
A half-orc lady says, leaning over her cart. Her head was shaven and tattoos decorated her face.
Boot puts it back.
You can't put it back, just pay for it.
Boot put it back.
No, you ate it.
No, right there. See? Right there. Boot no eat it.
She picks up the kebab that you had bitten off of, looks at it, looks at you. She gets this really nasty grin on her face. If you don't pay for this, I'll make you pay for it. And you won't like where this ends up.
I keep sniffing around, trying to find the direction where this odor is coming from.
The bar, or not the barkeeper, but the half-orc lady and Boot are locked in this glare, and like one of Boot's looking at her like she just got slapped in the face, and the other one is looking at Boot like she's about to eat her. Go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
While this is happening, Irina's going to try to wave down Barrow. Like, your child. Please continue.
There is something over here. Like you know the smell is coming from over here.
Where is over here? Ping it again.
Where I'm pinging on the map.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's
It's all the way up there. I was looking at the bottom. Sorry. Okay. I walk over to Boot. I give how much for the what did Boot grab?
A kebab.
Okay. I how much for the kebab?
2 silver.
I put 2 silver on the cart or whatever the
You're gonna run out of
Yeah.
money soon.
and
I know.
Boot
I
says, "See, sidekick paid for it. Now give."
I okay, I guess Boot snatches back up the kebab and I
Oh no,
snap.
the kebab was thrown
Oh, okay.
at Boot ish.
He'll still eat it.
um, and
you know,
I
I was thinking about being saucy and getting another one, and then I realized you're right. So Boot just mage hands it off the ground, cleans it, and chucks the stick back onto the table and the other sticks.
I pick up both of you.
Need more cat.
Everything's gonna give the little
We don't eat
surprise,
cat.
like,
What was that?
Licks her lips. Yeah, you do.
I pick up the both of you and with a very fast stride I follow my nose all the way up here.
Wherever it goes.
Pretty
So,
much.
you come across a dead body in the street.
oh
Who,
no.
who had been overdosed on a drug that turned the veins in his body as well as his eyes black. A horrific look of pleasure and terror forever etched onto their putrid and sunken face. Straggly bits of hair were matted down against one of the buildings, and a broken needle was laying in her arm, embedded way too deep. Her clothes didn't say much except how hungry she must have been as her incredibly emaciated body lay there.
Boot wriggles free of your grasp and leaps upon the body, checking it for things.
The only thing that is on the body outside of the rags is the broken needle.
Does she have any shoelaces?
No.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Ooh, how long's her hair?
It's matted and gross.
I stare at the body and I'm just like, well, shit. Um, are there any guards around?
No.
No. Okay.
Boot picks up the needle, starts poking the person with
No,
it.
you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that.
With
Yeah, this is brand new for you.
It's brand new for me. I'm just panicking over here and looking at Daryl. I'm like, what should we do? He shouldn't be poking around.
I with my trunk I pull back Boot and I'm just like, don't do that. It's that's trouble. We don't want that right now.
Oh.
Ever. Well, now more than trouble than you can be, but I don't know.
Somebody adventured the crap out of her.
Yeah, they did. Do
We should
can I
notify
do
somebody.
um can I do an investigation check to see if I can maybe figure out if well would
Hmm.
the scent that I picked up, was it from the drug?
Or the dead
Yes.
Okay,
Oh.
so and the reason why it smells familiar is because I smelled something similar on Randall.
Yes.
body. Uh-oh.
All right, so can I do an investigation check to see if I
Connect
can?
the dots?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, whatever Randall had on him that smelled very familiar, or the reason why Randall smelled very familiar is because he had this on him, but it definitely wasn't that strong.
Okay. Can I check her to? Oh, you said she didn't have anything on her.
Except for the broken needle, yeah.
Except for the
So
broken needle. Is there
there,
um, anything on the needle that it can indicate where it originated from, or?
yeah, there's still fluid. I mean, you could take samples from the body if you wanted to. The needle itself is hypodermic, so there's some still left in the capsule. Like she died before she could get all of it in.
Okay. So I'm gonna take the needle from Boot and like I hold it up above me, like towards the light, to like kind of get a good look at it and see what's inside the vial.
It is black.
Gross.
Absolutely dark. It almost looks like it sucks the light into it.
Hmm.
That doesn't look good.
Yeah, absolutely not.
It
Um,
smells bad too. It
Smells
smells
like
like battery acid,
but
but battery acid doesn't exist in medieval times.
Boot. Boot thinks we should give it to the mean orc lady. Yeah.
I just kind of ignore what you just said, what Boot just said,
Right in her butt.
Oh
and
God.
uh,
Like twice. One for each butt.
But cheek.
I'm going to, man. I kind of walk back to like the main area out of the alley and just kind of ponder. Like I keep looking at the vial in my hand and like I'm in a pensive place.
Go ahead and roll. Is it insight? Yeah, go ahead and roll insight for me. Fantastic! You do remember that there is an alchemist shop.
Okay, so we return back to the alchemist shop, which was in this area,
We're
right?
just gonna leave the body there?
Um,
What else are you gonna do with it?
I
Feed it to
don't know.
Boot?
No. Really just feels very conflicted on this.
um, I understand as a new adventurer, you probably have not seen a dead body, but as a soldier, this is quite a common sight. And if you plan on adventuring, you will see more dead bodies on your
But we
trip, and that
shouldn't
is.
just leave this person on the street.
I look around and see if there's any like I don't know rag, not a rag, but like something that looks like blankets, like or something, like
Are there any sheets?
yeah, like sheets or like old.
No, not really.
Is there
You
anything?
can go you can go get some probably from the tailor if you felt so
Uh,
inclined.
um,
What happens to bodies in cities? Don't they get buried?
uh,
No, dogs eat them.
Ah!
um,
Boot had to adventure a dog once. It wanted to fight Boot for his cat.
Oh no.
roll for it, boot. You successfully get what you were. Okay. Um,
Uh-oh.
do I look around to see if I can see anything in the vicinity that I can like cover the dead corpse with?
Roll perception.
Um, DM. If you want to
Hmm.
whisper to somebody, when you click it, do /W and
Oh, the person's name?
yeah.
That's okay.
It lets you guys know when Boot's up to things.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what the hell he just saw, but
I got a 12 perception for looking for something to cover the body with.
Yeah, there's really nothing around. I mean, she died in this dark alley. Like, there's nothing here except for that smell and her and maybe some rats. But not even the rats are touching her body, which is really weird.
that's so sad.
Um,
Wait, Aren't you a war cleric?
Yes.
I was just wondering because usually clerics are the holy ones. You know, the ones that like.
It's my first time playing as a cleric. Okay, I still need to. Still getting the hang of this. Okay.
I completely understand.
I kneel next to the body and I put my hands together and close my eyes and I whisper a prayer, for the deceased and
Rini joins you in the head bowing.
Oh. Roll a stealth check, babe.
I swear to all that is holy. I'm keeping my hands in my pocket.
No, technically, Boot's not even around anymore.
Boot! Oh
I
my god. Make sure you still have. You can't even make sure you have the damn file because you don't even know.
So both stealth and illusion. Yes. I sneak back.
So, while you guys are busy praying, Boot has snuck away and snuck back. You actually notice her return at the end of your prayers.
What did you do, Boot?
Where did you go?
Boot's been here all the time. Boot did nothing.
You know she's lying. By now, you know she's lying.
I've only known her like half a day, and I know she's lying.
I give her the look.
Hi, Boot's good. Boot's always good. Super good. Never gets in any trouble. Boot is bestest adventurer.
Why don't you, Arini, why don't you follow, Boot? Walk ahead.
Walk ahead.
Yeah, with Boot as Boot starts to run away, I guess, since he moved away.
You're
Wait,
not.
what? No, I was just trying to fix my icon. I can't get
Oh.
her to just like sit in that spot.
Oh, I thought you were just being like, your character running around and stuff.
I mean, she doesn't really ever sit still.
Arina's
So
gonna
that's accurate?
strictly look at Bear and be like, I'm not a baby.
Well, fine.
This is your child.
I am not the baby mama.
To not leave the body in the open, can I, like, cremate it or something?
Do you have fire?
I have Sacred Flame.
Sure, you can burn it with sacred flame.
Okay. Well. I burn the body.
Oddly enough, the flesh doesn't burn, but the black marks boil.
Boot helps! It just starts throwing fire bolts at the body.
That's interesting. She's not burning.
Yeah, that is very intriguing.
Question. Wait a second. I didn't ask this. What race is she?
Well,
that is a good
you
question.
can't find out now.
Wait,
actually, so it's daylight, right?
Ish.
Boot
Evening.
It's important because if it's daylight at all, then I then I shoot at disadvantage.
Oh yeah, you would still be shooting at disadvantage, but give it like one more hour and you'll be fine.
Okay, well then I rolled a total of a 6, which means I rolled a 1.
So it didn't do anything.
She looks human.
Looks human. So normal. I mean, normal enough skin, no pointy ears.
Mm-hmm.
The alchemy shop was back at the little farmer's market area, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
so she doesn't burn. We tried.
Yeah. But the black liquid boils. I still have
Uh,
the vial in hand. And I'm just gonna be
Make
like,
sure you still have that vial in hand.
Boot does not. Granted, I rolled a 1 for my first attack. Boot does not stop trying to burn the body.
um,
You're gonna run out of spell slots.
Firebolts galore. What?
Or is that a cantrip?
Cantrip.
Okay, so you.
I was attempting to restrain myself and not burning hands the corpse. I thought about it though.
um,
Boot after about the third firebolt, Boot starts yelling adventure. Adventure!
I pat Boot on the head. And I was like, let's go. There's not much else we can do here.
The clothes are burnt off of the body,
This is worse.
and the veins seem to have been boiled out of her skin, but for some reason the flesh just doesn't want to burn.
um, I super intrigued. Okay, what were the shops that were in the area again?
There was a tailor, a couple of food stores. The alchemist was there. That was pretty much it in the area. Like the food shop, the blacksmith, or the food shops, the blacksmith, the alchemist, and the tailor.
Okay. So I'm her since her body doesn't burn, does the fire die out and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. So
It smells bad.
I feel like this is the face that my character will be making constantly.
Oh God! What did the kobold do?
okay. So
You're not wrong.
I remove my cloak and I wrap the body up and I carry it with me back to the alchemist shop. And we go in.
You're just walking around with a body.
Well, I have it covered completely,
I know.
There's not really much of a body left.
but the
I
skin
mean, like
hasn't burned, so
Yeah, the skin hasn't burned. Like the muscle tissues are kind of seared. The veins are completely burned out.
All right. So we enter the shop, the alchemy shop, and can you describe the environment?
So when you walk into the shop front has a glass window, and it is lined with empty bottles of different colors. Like the first, second, and third shelves are lined with clear glass. They look like just fancy drinking bottles that come with their own corks. Beneath them are purple bottles that are empty and green bottles that are empty, and those are in 2 rows of their own. Lining the walls of the shops are different kinds of shelves. There are different shapes and sizes of bottles. Over on the left, the shapes are mostly round, and the tones of those potions are warm colored, so they go from a very deep red to a bright yellow. And then on the opposite wall are the cooler colored potions, going from a deep sapphire color all the way to a very luxurious, rich looking purple. And green is in the middle.
Green is in the middle.
I lean down to Boot and I look her directly in the eyes and I say, "It's very important that you do not touch anything in here. Do you understand? I will give you shiny if you touch nothing."
But
She looks guilty.
too shiny.
I give you 2 shiny.
Two shinies will just turn out to spoons.
I mean, like, so Boot climbs up on your back and like just sits there and makes cooing noises at the colors.
Okay, so I
Irene
walk.
is also looking around in wonderment.
I walk up to the
Yeah, there is a counter and there's a gentleman standing behind it.
Is
He
there
looks
anybody
pretty
else
young.
in the shop?
Not that you can tell at the moment.
It's probably something we shouldn't say like out of the open.
Sorry, I was fucking that up to ignore
I walk up to the counter and I look at the person there and I ask, are you the owner, are you of this establishment?
Oh yeah, I'm well, I hope run the shop. I mean, hopefully one day I'll own it.
Is the owner here by chance?
Why? What do you need help with? I mean, I also help make the potions if you need anything. I mean, we've got elixirs for love, we've got, ointments for muscle aches. I mean, whatever you want, we could probably figure out.
Um, I appreciate that, but no offense, but you seem kind of young to be mm, very knowledgeable in many different varieties of potions.
Well, I mean, I've been doing this kind of stuff for 10 years. My parents own this place. It's kind of in the family.
Okay,
So don't let my age fool you.
okay. So I put the vial on the counter, and I ask, "Have you seen this before?"
Do you put the vial on the counter?
Well,
Really,
well, it's not like I
we
drop it
should
and let it go. I mean,
ask like, is there a private place we can talk to?
was there anybody
No,
else in
no,
the
no. What you ended up pulling out instead of the vial
Fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
was a spoon. And the the shopkeep looks at the spoon, looks at you, raises an eyebrow. It's a spoon. Really?
Boot will mage hand the spoon to herself. Say, "Yes, Boot spoon. Get back. You know
I didn't want the spoon.
that's good. It's Boots."
Do
I
you?
mean,
Sir,
I
is this a joke?
no, it's not. Boots.
Why?
Boot, where is it? Where's the
Oh,
vial?
here you go. And just pulls it out of someplace.
And I hold it in my hand. And since the window is behind me, I'm a big guy. I can hide it fairly well as I hold
And
it.
you still have a dead body tucked up underneath your arm that smells awful.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to that.
We're building up to that. We're building up.
Excuse me. So as I hold the vial, have you seen this before?
You cut out. What did you say?
Have you seen this before? As I hold the vial.
Uh,
Is there
let
anything
can
in the
I?
vial?
Yeah, there is. Can I see it? They hold out their hand tentatively.
Uh, Shoot. um, what guarantee do I have that you will not run off with it?
You think I'm gonna run past you to get out of the shop?
You can have a back door for all I know.
Don't worry. Boot will protect you. Hey, Boot very seriously looks at the person. You know, run away.
Okay. So,
Okay, Boot has covered.
I'm not gonna run away.
Yeah, see, Boot. He afraid of Boot. We get.
I hand over the vial.
And the young alchemist looks at it and kind of moves it side to side, rocking the inky fluid back and forth. And at first, they seem really intrigued by it, but then there just seems to be a little bit of worry. I'm not going to run away with this, and you have my word, but I am going to take this in my back room. I can try and break it down for you if you'd like. There's just something so weird about the way this behaves. And
Um, this is probably a good spot to mention something else.
What?
This is probably a good spot to mention something else. And he gives him like a deadpan look, like something else.
Boot thinks she means to tell him about the body.
what?
I may we go to your back room with you to talk about this?
Can we bring the body?
Did you guys kill somebody?
No,
And you just got me involved?
No, we just burned it.
It's okay.
Okay, that's the face of horror once again, just constantly.
You and the young alchemist as well. Both are sharing the same expression.
Can Boot see your back room? Boot wants to not touch things.
She like shakes her hand frantically. She's like, no, we found her like this.
Boot, do the windows have like a curtain and like a close sign? Like shop closed or whatever on it?
No, but I can close the shop.
Okay.
Just do me a favor. Don't don't tell anybody that you came here with that thing, okay?
Rude.
Promise.
Boot is
We
not a
promise.
thing.
Not you, the body.
Oh.
Oh God, this is disgusting. Like the
I am unfazed by it because I've seen war.
You've been walking with it. So the keep closes down the shop, and then he guides you into a back room where there is this alchemist's table, like this huge chemistry lab is set up in the back.
Okay, so when we walk into the back, I unroll just enough to see like maybe like a hand of the body, and I mention, have you ever seen this before where skin does not burn upon cremation?
What happened to its fingers?
What's wrong with the fingers?
Well, they're missing.
You never mentioned that before. Boots!
Boot, no touching! Boot, no
I honestly...
I'm not even going to question it.
I don't know what happened with the fingers, honestly.
Yeah, no, we don't know. We don't know.
But have you seen this before where skin does not burn?
No, usually skin burns.
You don't
It just needs a hot enough fire.
Boot knows about that.
You can make fire?
Yes.
Don't ask him to make fire right now, though. Bitch,
Huh?
we're not asking you to make fire right now.
Are you sure? Boot should.
We're positive.
Boot thinks Boot should make fire.
No, don't make fire. We're good.
I might need her to make fire, or I might need it to make fire, depending on how hot I need this to get.
How
Not
long?
right now.
How long would this process take?
Well, I need to try and deconstruct the fluid, so I don't know, maybe a few minutes, maybe a few hours, depending on how complex it is. I mean, it's super, like, the fluid is really homogeneous, but it's incredibly viscous. And the fact that it's black, and the way that it plays with light is kind of unnerving, to be honest with you. Like, liquid like that usually doesn't make light disappear around it, kinda. You know what you've seen it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he ends up,
Is there a back door to this place?
no, there's not.
Okay. Well, since since you know nothing of this body, you two stay here, and I shall return momentarily. And I leave the shop with the body to dispose of it.
Good luck.
Okay.
Good luck to me too.
Well, the two of you stayed behind, so I mean, I guess you guys are interacting with the
With the
alchemist.
alchemy, yeah, with the young alchemist, and he ends up pouring the liquid into a large glass uh, decanter, and he looks over at Boot. Where is Boot?
I'm not a babysitter.
Well, I need to. I thought she was gonna, or I thought it was gonna produce fire.
Oh, Boot, no! Boot comes running out from the back, or the part of the store.
The
She's
front.
running around. Whatever, someplace. Comes running at whatever it looks like he needs fire on.
The decanter.
Oh, okay, then burning hands on the decanter immediately.
Nice. And
And
the
15-foot cone around it.
Wait, what?
15-foot cone around it.
Yeah, it's burning hands.
So
No.
So it is real obvious Boot is coming running with an extreme excitement. You have seen the last time Boot got asked to do fire and she fired off about 10 firebolts.
Well, I'm the same size as you.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you
So
can totally tackle Boot.
I'm gonna tackle Boot just out of sheer no.
Ah! Boot's gonna make the fire!
Not right now. Just calm down.
I just need a little bit of fire.
Well,
I need a lot of hot and a little fire. Can you do that? A lot of hot and a little fire?
Oh, Boot thought you wanted her to adventure the whole thing.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Double sure.
I just need you to adventure the bottom of this glass bowl.
That's boring.
Right here.
That's boring.
I think you can't do it.
Don't you test Boot. Boot will show you how to fire all over.
Well, then that means that you can't do it. You can't put a lot of fire into a little space. Can you?
Do you want me to roll the hit?
Wait,
want
what
me
are
to
you
roll the
rolling
hit?
the 1d10 for?
Do you want me to roll to hit?
To hit what?
the little space.
Oh, yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Because that's the damage. So 12 to hit. Because it's dark in here, so I don't have to roll disadvantage.
Okay. It's just weird because I was like, is it 12 or 17?
So I like the double roll, and it's just if I
So
don't
just
have
take the
advantage
first
or
one?
disadvantage, then I just
Take the first one?
Yeah, unless I'm rolling with advantage or disadvantage, just always take the first
Okay.
one. Yeah, she's gonna proceed to firebolt like 3 times. So give me...
Okay, roll more. Okay. So as you are firing, what are you doing? As you are firebolting, oh, nice.
There, see? Boot is bestest. You are weak. You couldn't even adventure a cat.
The liquid inside starts to boil, and it begins to, parts of it begin to evaporate, and these 3 long, slender tubes that come out of the decanter are catching different particulates that are coming up out of the liquid that Boot is effectively boiling. And the alchemist takes a pipette and starts to suck and collect these tiny little particulates, um, and begins to take ones out of the first tube and starts running tiny tests, like putting it in different vials and seeing what kind of reaction he's getting from them. And he does this 3 or 4 different times just to test out the fluid and see what's going on. While he's testing this stuff out, Barov, what are you doing?
I found a suitable place to um, bury the body, and then I proceeded to find. Um, is there like a stream or something nearby?
No, but you do know, because of your fantastic sense of smell, that there is a forest to the south of the city,
Okay,
or south of the warehouse district.
okay,
So if you,
that's where
yeah.
I buried the body in the
Whoops.
forest, and
Sorry, ignore that.
I proceeded to vigorously rub my cloak on uh, trees and the dirt to get the dead body smell off of it. Um, maybe if there's some pine, rub some pine, depending on the trees that
Yeah,
are near.
there's pine trees and cypress trees
Yeah,
and
I rub the leaves on my cloak to get the scent out and.
go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Ba-ba-ba.
You do notice that there's a rose bush nearby,
Okay.
oddly enough.
I guess I'll grab a rose head, bud, whatever
Mhm.
it's called, and um, kind of smear that on my cloak as well. And I also take the roses and put them over the grave.
Oh, that's very nice of you.
Well, I'm a priest. I'm trying.
He's a war cleric. He has to do something.
I'm a kobold. I'm also trying.
No, you're not.
All right,
I'm
and
not
My
trying.
mommy said I was very trying.
and then
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I kind of
Um,
make a I grab like two sticks and like I guess make a marking like a cross or whatever to mark the grave. And I read.
well, what's the symbol of your god?
Um, hold on, let me get my book to look it up.
Because why would you want to use anything else but that?
It's very important that you only pray to your god.
Yeah, rude.
Okay.
Can't be praying to other gods. This shit.
Um, well, it's not like I'm making like the cross, just the standard T. Hold on, what page are the gods on?
Yeah, but you're a war cleric.
There's a Bahamut, Tyr, Worm, Bane, Tempest. There's so many.
I know there's so many. I just didn't write down the symbol to mine.
Pick the coolest looking name.
293. Mine is Torm. White right gauntlet. That is my symbol.
There's no way you can make that simple.
Yep.
So just make an X.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep, and then once I do that, I say a quick prayer and I return back to the shop.
I just put you underneath boot. I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't even see you move my icon. I was about to move it back. Okay, so back at the shop, I approach the door and I give it a light tap so that or strong enough so someone can hear me knocking, and I just kind of like wait for someone to open it.
The alchemist is thoroughly into what he's doing, and he kind of waves to the halfling, and he's like, "Can you get that for me, please? I'm working."
Boot makes more fire for the alchemist. He obviously wants it.
Yeah, actually, the more fire, the better.
Everybody scampers over to the door.
Oh, can she roll a what would it be acrobatics to see if she can reach the handle?
I can reach it. It's not that tall. It's made for humans, meaning a child can grab it. I'm a child's height. I can grab it.
Oh man.
You're the one that has to squeeze through.
Well, considering the Cassandra.
Do you make a when you get through the door?
Well, Cassandra mentioned there's a lot of orcs and stuff, so I presume the doors would be a little larger in this.
Yeah, they're bigger here.
It's a child size. I can stand on my tippy toes.
Yeah, and she can get the door without needing to roll an acrobatics check.
Nice.
Stop making me shorter than what I am.
Every session she gets shorter. Oh, she's like 12 inches tall now.
No!
Short jokes.
I hate all of this.
Okay.
I think I'm taller than Boot, though. Okay. If not the same height.
Boot is actually 2'8", but will be very offended if anybody says she is less than 3 foot tall. A mighty 3 foot tall.
Oh, I'm 2'8" too.
Well, convenient.
We're the same height.
Size.
No, we're not. Boot is taller, 3 feet.
I have a little bun on the top of my head that gives like a
So
little bit of
technically
height.
she's 3'3".
No, Boot says she's 3 feet. Boot will not accept anything other than she is 3 feet tall, unless it is taller than.
So as the alchemist has been busily working, he stops as there's nothing left in the original decanter, and he's got an assortment of different vials set out before him. One is just as black as the original content. The others seem a little off color, but nothing too bad. And he doesn't look too enthused about what he's discovered. So whatever was in this, I found lavender extract and the nervousness about him is definitely apparent as he tries to explain the other ingredients. The ground up skin of poison dart frogs and something else.
Cheese.
He holds out the smaller black vial of liquid.
Boot reaches out to grab it.
Something dark and otherworldly. I really don't want to be around it, and I don't want you guys to come back in my store.
Boot
especially if you're
grab
associated with this stuff. And I would hope that you wouldn't rat me out and connect me to you guys. So please, take it and go.
Boot grabs it.
I snatch it out of Boot's hands.
No, mine! Boot holds onto it ferociously.
I hand you a gold coin.
No, it's mine first!
Well, thanks, but I don't come to me with that again, please.
Do you really have no idea what it is?
No, and I don't want to know.
All right. Thank you for your assistance. And
you can roll an insight check.
I'm rolling an insight check.
Hot dog.
Oh yeah.
My wonderful, wonderful rolls.
You, Arini, completely believe the fact that he has no idea what this black stuff is. Like, you think he's just as clueless as the rest of you guys, but Barov knows better. Barov knows that this guy knows something that he doesn't want to say.
Sadness.
But the fear of what that ingredient is completely overrides any fear that you could produce in an intimidation roll.
I lean forward towards the
Shop.
the alchemist and hold the vial close to his face.
He
Boot is still
backs up and like eyeballs it.
Boot is still dangling from your arms, also trying to hold it.
And I grab his shirt, and I pull him closer. And I just kind of like start wrapping my trunk around the back of him. What do you know?
I know nothing.
Do you know? Your body language says otherwise.
Well, you can get out of my shop, and I can start screaming for help, and I can get you in a lot of trouble, because everybody here knows me, and everybody here likes me.
Boot gets a really evil grin on her face. Let's go. Looks right at the shop owner. Wiggles her fingers and looks like a small orc child covered in bruises and cuts, and clings to the Loxodon and starts crying and saying, "Thank you for saving me! He kept me here for days!" Ah!
Okay, if you really want to go there and do this, we can go ahead and do this. So, at the sound of the crying orc child, the orc lady from across the street hears this child wail and starts knocking on the glass door
This is not where I wanted
because
this
the
to
shop
go.
is locked.
This is not where I wanted this to go.
The kobold who looks like an orc grins in the illusion, says, "Boo thinks you should change your mind real quick."
No, you guys can get out of my shop.
Boot thinks that the orcs outside aren't going to understand when we tell them you beat up an orc child.
Seeing as how all of the orcs know each other and you don't look like anybody familiar, I think they're going to figure stuff out before you realize.
You actually got me from an outside village.
They know me! They won't believe your lies!
I start loudly crying that he took me from my
deception.
village. Somebody took me from my village and sold me to this man. Save me, Elephant Man.
Oh God.
You better roll high on your deception.
Who? Boot?
Yeah.
Cue ridiculous face again.
No.
Fuck. I mean, I do have a really good illusion. Well, I guess advantage wouldn't really matter because I rolled shitty.
Oh, what the hell? Wow.
So, in a moment of fear,
Okay, wait a second. Before Eddie, like, while he's rolling horribly and whatever, I'm going to try to persuade the the shop owner to like calm down. That we didn't mean any harm. We'll leave him alone.
the shopkeeper breaks free of the Loxodon's grip and rushes to the front door. Sasha! He yells as he whips the door open.
We're gonna
They're dealing with it! And he
Uh-oh.
points
With it?
and looks. And like the look on her face, first she looks at the orc child and she's like, what the hell? And then she like looks at the orc child and she growls. You don't look like anybody from that area. Like,
Sabrina is rubbing at her temple.
And Sasha kind of clenches her fists and she looks at you guys and she's like, I will give you one more chance to get out. But I don't want to see you here.
Boot waits for the Loxodon to make the decision.
Oh, sorry, I was reading on one of my spells. Yeah, without a word, I slipped the vial into my bag and I walk out of the store with the two of you strolling behind.
As you guys walk past Sasha, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Why do I not perceive anything? Is it because I'm short? Is this it? Is Roll20 knowing this and just fucking with me?
Yeah,
Save us, save us, Panda, save us.
it's whatchamacallit, it's because you're new at adventuring, that's why.
Oh my god, you're right. It's because I'm new. I don't know what to see. Ah!
You haven't had enough real world experience.
God damn it.
Well, I rolled a 10, so
Um, you hear her say in a very nasty tone, fucking Valerian dealers.
Valerian dealers.
Mm-hmm.
um I keep walking. I don't say anything, but I do remember.
I didn't hear it. Wait, I probably didn't hear anything.
No, you didn't hear it.
I have
You
big
were too
ears,
short.
okay?
I was too
You,
fucking short.
No,
you
they
and
both
Booch.
rolled tens.
What?
They both rolled tens. The two is mine. Oh, never mind. That's for never mind. Never mind. Ignore me.
Yeah, no, she rolled a 5. You rolled a 1. The only one who heard it
Was someone
was
with the big
Barov.
ears.
I'm
Yeah, it
gonna
was
say
the
that
elephant.
Arena is just so embarrassed and so like petrified. Just not.
Oh,
She doesn't focus on anything except like walking out of there with
poor Arini. First day
Poor-
of real adventure, and
Right?
she gets. She sees a dead body, is in a casino.
Watches the dead body
Like,
get burned.
yeah, watches a dead body try to get burned,
Gets
anyways.
kicked out of a whole fucking area.
Yeah.
um, I guess we walk to I lead everybody down to the forest. That seems kind of like a good place to just kind of like hide for a moment to just kind of gather thoughts and stuff.
Okay. Um, as you walk out of the warehouse district, you notice that the sun is past its zenith and the low light of the evening begins to settle in. A warm glow emanates from a particular part of town. You may not have caught it before because the sun drowned out the nefarious, welcoming, warm hues of red. The sweet smells of perfume did its best to cover up the musky smells the business produced. The buildings there looked like older, larger houses. They were better kept than the buildings in the warehouse district. Then again, for this line of work, they had to be. They had to be welcoming to everyone. They had to bring people in and keep people coming back. Ladies and men who are scantily clad hailed from opened windows. Some of the cattier ones threw insults at their competitors. Music could be heard in the streets every time a door was opened. Again, more noise to cover up other noises. There seemed to be 3 large houses that had the most welcoming wraparound porches. The workers there were well dressed and held themselves with a sort of professionalism you wouldn't expect. You noticed that the smaller houses were the le- you noticed that the smaller houses had the least kept workers living within them, and the less care was given into appearance. Your eyes, woo, where? Okay. Your eyes gaze across the streets, um, from the forest, and you notice There seemed to be two types of people there, people who were smiling and people who were not. Laughter occasionally rang out of the open doors, and moans seeped out of cracked windows. And that's what you can tell from the forest from where you are at right now.
Uh,
Because that warm light is coming from here. And one of those big houses is here. So,
I'm gonna take it this is the red light district.
yes, this area, like dead center, is right there.
um. So I turned to both of them and I mention, did you hear the orc woman mention Valerian dealers?
Rini shakes her
Boot,
head no.
boot her stupid orc woman smell.
Um, and I turned to Boot. And Boot, since you've been here a while, are you familiar with um, Valerian dealers? Do you know anything about that?
Do you? No, you have no idea.
Okay, okay. Uh, I turn to Arini and I look at her and say, "This area we're gonna walk into, um, there's a lot of adult activity that happens here.
Rini
Oh, is
immediately
this the
blushes.
friend place? Way better than stinky orc place.
Yes,
With mean alchemist person.
this
Boot should adventure him later.
Who's gonna die if he keeps doing this to himself?
um, yes, this is the friend place. But we.
Rini's an adult. She knows what it is. She just didn't realize it was called the red light.
Okay. Youngins.
Um, if you guys would like, because it is midnight, and usually that is when we would call it, would you like to stop here?
I actually would because I have to wake up.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind either, considering I have to be up pretty early too.
Okay,
I do not mind. It was fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, are you guys enjoying the campaign?
It's not with. I mean, listen. This
Yes.
kobold is gonna drive me up the goddamn wall.
Well, you were not here for the initial session 0 where I was like, so this is what I'm thinking about planes. Everybody okay with this? Is everybody okay with this? Just triple check. Is everybody okay with this? So sorry about that.
All good. I mean,
Hashtag
this is
full
what-
fed.
this is what they chose. This is what I will do. I'm just saying, adventuring's gonna be real rough.
Well, I mean, your sense of adventuring and Booth's sense of adventuring are two totally different types of adventure.
Yes, now.
Very true.
Yeah, I know you kind of stepped in. You got brought in part ways through the introduction of the story. But how are you liking it so far? Did you? I mean, everybody wanted a high RP game.
Yeah.
Is okay. So, do you like the story? Do you like the introduction? Give me some of the feedback from you.
I'm enjoying everything. I love how lighthearted. I mean, aside from the dead body, but how lighthearted it is. Honestly, it's just, I personally like heavy role playing like combat or like mid combat.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm quite happy where it's going. I have no idea where it's fucking going, which is a good thing.
I'm glad. Okay.
I am having much fun, although it does occur to me that I am not sure if I made it clear I was actually casting more than a cantrip for trying to make the illusion of the the orc, so I do not know how effective that knowledge would have made it or not made it because there was no save.
How tightly knit the community is around here, you would have to have extensive knowledge on the community, and that is something that you do not have to be able to pull off a successful illusion like that.
How
And there's
small is the community?
it's not how small, but how close.
Okay, I mean, okay.
That's something that is a very important drop. It's not how small, but how close.
I mean, that must be ridiculously close depending upon how the numbers are. I mean, if we're talking like 100 something people, but everybody knows everybody intimately, good damn.
There's a very good reason as to why they are that way.
Okay.
No, there is. Don't okay me like that.
No, I understand. That's just really, holy shit. Like, are they psychically connected?
There is a very big reason.
That's
Big
why
blah,
I
blah,
did.
blah, 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 plot blah 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 plot blah 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 reason as to why they are like that.
If it wasn't for Boot, I'd have tried to like cape better with the alchemist.
Yeah.
I was trying like I have really high charisma, so I was going to like butter him up and just like explain myself, and then Boot did what he did, and I was like, never mind.
Sorry, he was kind of on the get the fuck out stage, so I was trying to double down on Panda's intimidate. Was hoping that maybe we could give him advantage or something.
Yeah, and I totally forgot that you can like charm people, so I need to remember that. I mean, I technically don't really know you too well, so
Yeah, no, you don't know me too well, so you don't know that I'm very charming person.
you could have tried to do something when we were in the shop.
Listen, I didn't realize it was heading in that direction.
Neither did
This is my first
I.
time adventuring. Give me a break. I was going to be all like super sweet after he was like, I don't want you guys to come here anymore. I was like thinking of like, okay, what can I say to him to make him like trust us? And then you did intimidate, and I was like, oh no, this isn't the way I want it to go.
Well, if you haven't noticed, I've tried to intimidate a lot tonight, so I think that's the way my character is going to be going as a
Irene is a
soldier.
neutral. It's a neutral good leading toward lawful good. So she always tries to like find the peaceful way to like solve things.
I mean, you can always try. The good cop, bad cop does work.
Yeah, good cop, bad cop does work.
Sometimes bad cop, even worse cop, does not work so well as we see.
Yes, yeah. I think it escalated too quickly for Irene to do anything. So I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, but Boot will maintain being super grumpy over her magnificent illusion not working at all.
Perhaps as we pass through the red light district, you might pick up on some techniques to.
Boot is planning on going and making friends because this is the Friends District.
The Friends District.
That's what Boot was told. Obviously, it's true.
And
Irene's definitely not.
Irene might pick up some tactics on how to talk to people.
Irene is not that kind of charmer. She's charming in the cute, oh, she's adorable, let's listen to her kind of way, not the, ooh, look at my boobs kind of way.
Oh, man.
Did you not?
Well, I mean, hey, some people are into short chicks.
I mean, listen, Irene is fucking adorable. Anybody would be into her.
I'm pretty sure as we walk through here, someone will try hitting on you.
And the punchline gets cut off.
Right? The punchline got cut off. It ended at someone.
Oh, man.
What did you
So
say?
seriously, what did you say? Your punchline got cut off.
Oh, sorry. I said that probably walking through here, someone's gonna hit on you.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure of it. Irene is a fucking adorable. She's just gonna blush and just gonna be like, no. She's not used to that kind of charm. She's she's the other kind of charming. She's the Southern Belle, girl next door kind of charming. She is but a country bumpkin. Please leave her alone. If I could do a Southern accent, she would have a Southern accent.
Practice that.
I need to practice my Southern accent. I wish Florida would have a Southern accent. We do not.
We do not.
Akila isn't from here. She's from the Carolinas, so she would have the accent. Oh,
Well, I am really glad that you guys are enjoying this game. I am enjoying running it for you, and I can't wait until things get into the thick of it.
I can't wait for that either. I can't wait what Boot is going to get into. I just want to stress I'm not a babysitter.
Neither am I.
I did not come on an adventure to babysit.
I didn't sign up to be a babysitter either.
Listen, you agreed to it. You took him with you, her with you.
That's because I was asked by the other lady.
Well, the other lady needs to come get her kid.
It's not my baby. I would not produce something that ugly.
Oh, messed up.
Yeah, that's harsh. That's how she is. That's
rude.
I mean, I get it, but so wait, how did Boot get into the group? How was he introduced? Or she? I keep calling Boot a he because it's Boot. How did she get introduced?
Oh,
pretty much somebody tried to abduct Boot in the middle of the street, and Randall stopped them. And then you had a...
and then Boot.
And then Boot happened. Okay, cool. So we have Randall to blame. I haven't met him yet. So as soon as I meet him, not my character, but I'm going to hate him.
Piece of my mind.
I love it.
I think next Friday I'm trying to get my phone to get some kind of charge to it, but I don't think I'm going to be available next Friday to play game because my work is hosting a cupping class.
Is there any chance on switching to a different day for 1 week? Because I know that, I mean, game's at 8. How late is your cupping thing going?
7 to 10.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I wish I could play earlier, but I can't.
Yeah, I know. I was like, why the fuck is it so late?
Yeah, I can't do earlier on Fridays either because of work.
Is there any chance on a different day, or now you have to move their game for this day? That is really shitty. That sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got the text message and I was like, oh, fuck.
It's okay. Real life comes before any game.
Yeah.
Real life comes before any game.
Yeah, it's true. It's going to suck for Spaz, because Spaz is going to miss 3 games in a row.
No, well, I mean,
Last game was game. This one was, he wasn't here, and next one is, Cup.
Yeah, well, I mean, 2 sessions, but I was going to ask everybody what you would want to do. Like, do you want to run 2 hours of game, or because I don't mind doing that.
You get out of class at 10.
Oh.
Home by 10:30ish.
Yeah.
You'll be tired, so double check and see if there's any kind of rescheduling or anything like that, or if you can start early or anything like that. We'll go from there. If we have to do whatever, we have to do whatever.
Okay. But as far as I need this to charge faster.
As far as rescheduling, I can do most weekday nights for like 2 hours. Sunday is my super free day in the afternoon. But I don't know about anybody else.
I don't currently have anything going on Sunday. I don't think, unless we have a meeting with Rift, which I don't know if we do or not.
I don't know either.
I don't have anything going on Sunday, but I do believe Spaz has another game, D&D game on Sundays that he does. You have to ask him.
Check and confirm.
Yeah, confirm. Yeah.
Okay.
If not, we can just skip a weekend, come back. Or, like you said, if you're not super tired, I can play for 2 hours.
Yeah, like we could just make it like a strict 2 hour session whenever I come back. That way we don't like run too far over midnight, because if we're starting at 10:30, we'd end at 12:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Okay. Cause yeah, like hopefully then Spaz can get back into the game, and it will give Robin one more session that she doesn't need to be a part of, to either come in or she's not coming in, which is kind of a bummer because her character introduction is kind of cool.
Time will tell.
Yep, time will tell. Oh, but thank you guys for coming, and I'm glad that you enjoyed yourselves. I know I have a lot of fun doing this.
It's
It's
a
a lot
fun
of fun.
campaign. Yeah, there's a lot of laughs. I like it. So.
It makes me smile. Like, I know what's coming, and you guys are like, "Oh, this is so fun and lighthearted," and I'm like, "Yes."
Oh, I know it's not
believe
lighthearted.
that.
Listen, it's lighthearted
It's
right
freaking
now.
Wonderland.
And listen, by lighthearted, I mean like we get laughs in between.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mean the storyline. I mean like, there's a good dynamic with everyone with good humor.
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
has good humor.
That's.
Everybody can take a joke, and nobody's got to stick up their ass.
By the way,
Exactly.
if Boot ever gets to be too much, like I am very much a player who plays for the fun of the group. If Boot gets to be too much, let me know. If I'm like ninja into people's pockets and stuff too much, like out of character, I am never going to actually like fight people for loot or gems or magic or be constantly getting them almost murdered and stuff. But Boot is a chicanery character, so if it's ever too much, just let me know. Feel free to whisper me during the game, like, "Hey, maybe back up a little bit," and I will do so because my goal is to have the whole group have fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. Even with excuse me, even with the chicanery of Boot, we pretty much stayed on time as far as what I've written is concerned. Like, the only thing that we really missed out on is the interaction in the red light district, and then after that I was going to close session. So I actually have a little bit more for next session for us to go
Yay.
through.
That's fantastic.
Nice.
So like even with that, like I think, the way that Boot is running right now, as far as timing is concerned, is not a problem.
And like as much as much chaos as he's bringing, it's still a lot of
Yeah. I love Irini's reactions.
I'm enjoying Boot because it's kind of keeping me on my toes, and since improv is something I'm trying to work on improving, it's helping with being doing that.
Okay.
Irene is just slowly going to become more and more comfortable yelling out, "But it hurts!"
You think you have the vial and you pull out a spoon. This is a spoon.
That was fantastic.
That was wonderful. I'm just glad that Boot and I are like the same height, so he can never really sneak on me and like things off me. At least not with me, like at least unless he like rolls very high on stealth and is behind me. He's the same height as me. You can't sneak on by me.
I love the fact that you guys are the same height. That's so fantastic.
I kind of want to do a drawing where I'm carrying the both of you under my arms, running down an alleyway.
You really should.
You
You
really should.
should.
I just want to see the Loxodon baby birding the cobalt.
Oh no! I'm gonna be looking up a bunch of like anime reactions because I feel like Arina's gonna have a bunch of those.
Most of them depicting horror.
That's most of them got big wide eyes like.
Oh, this is so good. I'm really glad that you could make it in, Nixie.
I'm glad that you had enough room for me to come in.
Me too. You are a fantastic addition. You were here for the entire session, and you were on time. Yay!
You will find that
Imagine that.
unless I
She has
have
no life.
Hey,
fuck
she.
you, but it's true.
How do you kill that which has no life?
He has a point.
It's true.
You'll
'cause
find that
I've tried.
I unless I have something really important going on, I will never be or miss a session. Because I enjoy D&D that much. I don't get to do it in person, which is what I really want to do one day.
Yeah, I was about to say, unfortunately, the worst part of this is you guys don't get the facial expressions that I do while playing Boot.
Exactly. Like I am a very facial expression person, so that's why I have to look up anime reactions.
Can we share? I guess I would have to actually call everybody individually and then do the video call.
The problem is we wouldn't be able to use the map at the same time unless we all had double monitors.
Which I do.
Yeah, because
I do too.
You're switching back and forth between the screens.
And the people, yeah.
Yeah, I have a laptop.
I think you can do like a video conference on here and multiple screens, you know. But I don't have a webcam, so because I use my TV screen as my monitor.
Oddly enough, I have a USB mini webcam I could send you.
Yeah, but we don't know if, like, we're not going to be able to do the double screen thing because Panda doesn't have a secondary screen, and neither do you.
Neither do I.
I've been wanting to set up like a 3-screen, but
I have to.
That hasn't happened.
I'm broke. I'm broke beyond belief.
I got my second monitor at a on sale for less than like $200, and it's on the low end, the Acer, like one of the Acer gaming monitors. It's really nice. And we should probably go to not Home Depot. Where the fuck did we go? Best Buy. Two totally different stores. I got my monitor at Home Depot.
Did you steal it off the cash register?
Yes. Yes, I did.
I've seen one on Amazon that calls my interest. That's like a little over 100, so I just need to get it.
Yeah, we can look into getting you a second monitor, baby, if you'd like to.
I'd see if my laptop can even handle it and such. If there's a port to connect it to. Because I am out of USB ports.
Do you have an HDMI port? You should.
You say that like it's not a tiny little laptop. Shit!
Oh, God.
That works so well. Hopefully the mic still works as I drop it. No, I do not.
Okay, so we just need to get you one of those USB things that has additional USB things plus an HDMI port. That is a perfect expression. That is what she looks like when she's walking away from Boot.
So, all right, a quick test. Does the mic still work?
Yes, it does.
Okay, good. I was very worried.
Oh, that's perfect.
It really is.
Oh, brilliant. Oh.
I love it so much.
All right, then I guess that is gonna be a night.
Yep, that is game.
Sounds good.
All right.
Yay!
Hey,
Have a good night, all.
good night, everyone.
See you later.
Good night.